videos.
Okay, we're going live now.
Oh my god, there's so many things.
No, they're all unlisted. Those ones are unlisted. That one was the only live one.
I'm deleting all of them.
We're going live right now. So,
were you able to create one that actually has the proper title?
no, it just says Cat LaSalle doesn't know. Oh, we're live. Yeah, no, it just says Evil Ewok Podcast live stream.
Look how fun.
Can you see the chat? I can't see the chat.
I am unable to.
Do I have to be on YouTube?
I was able to see it before.
I couldn't see it either.
That's so funny. And we live. Okay. I literally can't see the chat. Okay, can you see it from, like, if you go to, like, are you logged into the account right now, Zach?
Yeah, I can. I'm on the YouTube page. I'm watching the stream, so I think I can see the chat. Obviously, we're a little delayed.
Yeah, yeah, it's like there's a 10-second delay coming from Zoom, but you can see it though, right?
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay.
Hi, chat. Do you have the all of the questions? El questiones. I need to add the stream from, or the link from the stream.
Yeah, apologies everybody for that technical difficulty.
So you had to see that. The behind the scenes.
Alexander Daniels Zoom meeting. A legendary stream.
Chat. Well, should we jump in and not keep them waiting and bored?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, maybe once we figure this out, it'll be, easier.
Yeah.
But yeah. Let me just go to the questions now. I just want to share this link on my main channel really quick. Zach, you can just fucking go ahead.
Okay, yeah. So I guess we can start with the questions from my community tab, and then if you guys have any on yours, we can jump to those.
We can bounce around.
So let's see. So David Catlett wants to know, for each of you, as far as following fictional universes and other elements of pop culture, what comes second after Star Wars that you love most? And he says for him, it's superheroes.
Oh, okay.
What was that?
Like we all might have a similar one. What, in regards to fictional universes, what is the follow-up to Star Wars in your eyes? What comes second?
Not superheroes.
Yeah, we know you're not a fan
for
of
me. Not. I mean, it's not that I don't like Marvel, which is I don't see it as that. I don't know.
I know mine.
I think Lord of the Rings, maybe.
I was gonna say Lord of the Rings, but very often it's like tied with Star Wars. Like it is the biggest struggle for me to try to pick between the two of those. But if I had to rank like one or two, like Lord of the Rings is very close second.
Yeah, Lord of the Rings is definitely up there for me. Like Star Wars and Lord of the Rings was my childhood. I'd probably throw in. I do like Marvel. Probably not as much as Lord of the Rings. I like Harry Potter a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I like Pokemon. Yeah, I'm just a big movie person, honestly. Like that's.
Speaking of Pokemon, you see all the trailers and all the new updates.
I did.
For everything.
Yeah.
Brought me back, excited. Dude.
Yeah.
Not like I'm ever gonna play any of those games. I think I'm over that. But like as far as Ruby and Sapphire and Red and Blue goes, like, dude, brings me back.
Ruby and
I don't know if I ever had any cards though. I don't know if I was into the trading card game.
Dude, that's huge right now. Like people open packs on Twitch apparently, and it's like this huge. That's what I hear. I hear that it's like a huge thing now.
Yeah, no, it's massive. It's like I have a bunch of buddies who like were never into any of that and are now just buying them because it's a big cash cow.
Yeah.
It's so funny, dude. But I think maybe let's go one question from me and Zach and then one question from Kat, if you want to do it that way, Kat.
Yeah.
If you have your questions open.
Yeah. So like by you and Zach, do you mean ADHD or do you have?
Yeah, just that channel. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We're conjoined twins.
Yeah.
We're actually the same person.
This one I actually want to know the answer to as well. Why do you guys call it the Evil Ewok podcast? Ewoks are like the most harmless creatures ever. Watches Return of the Jedi. Yeah, never mind.
Oh, was he doing like a little
Yeah.
like skit?
That's from Aiden.
Okay.
So yeah, but I genuinely want to know that too, because I remember when Alex came to me with ideas and I was like, I have nothing, so you guys figure it out, because I'm the
As
worst
usual.
at titling things. Yeah. I just write off of like Alex and Zach.
Alakazam.
Yeah.
Alakazam.
Yeah. I let you
The
guys do all the
sick
work.
conjoined
and
twins nickname.
That works, dude.
Yeah.
That totally works.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you remember that process, Zach?
I sort of like we were on Discord and we were just like we were passing around potential names and nothing was really sticking. And I think you wanted to do some like form of alliteration, and then you just threw out Evil Ewok, and I was like, yeah, that has a nice ring to it.
Well,
So-
like I know that when we were doing it, because this is like we do our like late night just random banter and game planning sessions for the channel anyway.
Yeah.
And we were just going over like names, and I think we went through like we didn't go through that many. We went through like maybe like 4 or 5, and then I was like, I think Zach said evil something, and I was like, what about Evil Ewok? I threw that out there, and Zach was like, I think that I like that. That works. I was like, let me ask Kat what she thinks, and you were immediately like, dude.
Yeah, because it's better than
Yes.
anything I could have thought of.
What
The
would
only
you have
idea
thought
is-
of? I'm curious.
I think Nerds of the Round Table is the first thing that came to my mind, but I was like, that's gotta be taken. Like, there's no way that hasn't already been done. I feel like there's variations of that. There's no other Evil Ewok, so I like it. I dig it.
Damn right. We're the only ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like doesn't take itself too seriously, and it's also just kind of like random, and it's like I don't know, it's almost like a production company name that you see out there, like Bad Robot or
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
whatever, you know. So that's just I don't know, I like it.
It's whimsical.
Yeah, yeah, it shows that we're serious, but we're also not serious at all,
Yeah.
or we're just not serious at all is what the vibe maybe gives. I don't know. But next question, Zaki Poo.
That's what they call me. Charlie wants to know, did any of you as a kid pick up a plastic toy lightsaber or stick and play with your friends like a battle? And of course, like I loved doing that when I was a kid. We'd have like neighborhood lightsaber battles. It was the best. Like I
It
kind of
didn't even have to be
now.
lightsabers.
Yeah,
Like whatever stick, whatever sword we had.
exactly.
It was just a fucking war zone.
Those
When you're a
OG
kid.
plastic lightsabers that had like the like
Yes.
they came out and you would just whip it open and it had to like gradually grow out. Yeah, those are the best. Those still are the best.
Have you seen the sad
Yeah.
excuse of like lightsabers that they make nowadays that are like comparable to those ones? Like back in the day, ours were like they're like the $10 ones, but they were like sturdy. Like you could smack those things into anything and they would not break. But the ones they have nowadays are like these tiny little flimsy pieces of crap, and it's sad.
Well, then there's really
like if you were to
expensive
go to
ones.
Walmart and like buy
Yeah.
a children's lightsaber,
Yes.
I mean, well now there's the really expensive ones that Star Wars Theory unboxes.
Those are sick.
true. I was
And
gonna say, are we talking like the toy ones?
yeah,
Oh,
toy
look
ones.
at that piece of junk.
I could break that with my
Oh,
hands.
that's not fun. Yeah, that looks like it would shatter on impact. That does not look stable at all. That's a shame.
That was that girl that went out with all the neighborhood dudes and beat them up with lightsabers. Well, like
Definitely
they're all getting involved in lightsaber duels, and you're just like, hey guys, and you just come up with your saber that's red. You just
She
have your
just like
contacts in.
does the
and you're just-
Palpatine spin. Just wrecks him.
Yeah.
Oh my god, gold.
Precisely.
Now, I have a
Alrighty,
couple of
should
them
we-
somewhere from a thrift store. I found them in a thrift store, but I don't know where they are. But those old ones
Yeah.
were sturdy.
Sturdy boys. All right, Kat. What do you
Let's
got?
see. Let's see. Ooh, I liked this one. This is from the War Leader Productions, my mans. I still fangirl over you. Here's a question for you. Which show do you all think is better, The Clone Wars or The Mandalorian? To my knowledge, those are the two highest quality and most popular shows. I would love to know which one you all prefer more. That's a really difficult question.
That is.
Wait, what was the first part of the question again?
Jesus.
Which do we?
What-
I was looking at something. Which do we like more, the Mandalorian or
Clone Wars or Mandalorian? Which is better?
Clone Wars?
That's what I'm leaning towards.
Clone Wars.
I think
I think, yeah.
I think the Mandalorian is more consistent because like there were some bad Clone Wars episodes, but
Well, if
Yeah.
we're basing it off of the first 2 seasons of Clone Wars and the first 2 seasons
Oh,
of
yeah,
Mandalorian,
Mandalorian.
Mandalorian wins. But overall, I think Mandalorian's not done yet to really have a full kind of opinion, I guess.
that's fair.
Unless it is, I don't know. But
Wouldn't that be a shock?
yeah,
It's
that
Well, I
would
also
just
feel like half
everyone
of
would
what
hate
has-
that.
Yeah. But it's like the stuff that has made The Mandalorian get super good and special has been the integration of Clone Wars characters. So I feel like inherently I have to pick Clone Wars then because it's the Clone Wars peeps that are like making The Mandalorian pretty good. I don't know, but I also Clone Wars just has some of the best Star Wars, I think, and that's like my favorite, era still with the Jedi and everything. So
Yeah, I'm probably leaning Clone Wars as well. Like it doesn't get much better than the Siege of Mandalore arc. Like I think we've talked about this on the podcast before, but those 4 episodes made me feel a way I haven't felt with Star Wars in probably since Revenge of the Sith. It was incredible.
100% agreed. Yeah, I was like, what is this feeling?
I think I freaked out more. I'm trying to compare like what I felt like when I was watching the Clone Wars compared to the last episode of Mandalorian.
Right.
Mhm.
And what I felt with the last episode of Mandalorian doesn't even compare to like like I said, the closest thing that compares to it is Revenge of the Sith and how I reacted as a kid. And I lost my shit, literally. Like I was screaming at midnight, waking everyone up. Like I couldn't believe what I was seeing. It was just something that like it was that feeling, that magic that was back that I felt in Clone Wars, but it wasn't like a like breaking down like no way situation. You know what I mean?
Well, because the Clone Wars like breaks down your soul. Like the Mandalorian finale is like that for me was a very like
just way too many
hopeful
emotions all at once.
feeling,
Whereas
yeah,
Clone Wars is like a
versus-
slow build up to just tearing your entire soul
Yeah.
away from you.
Yeah, very different
Yeah.
emotional experiences.
I do want to give Rebels a little bit of credit. The Twilight of the Apprentice episodes, at the end of season 2 where Ahsoka faces off with Vader, that was also very good. So
I know.
but I think Rebels as a whole isn't completely comparable to Clone Wars because I think Clone Wars is just better, but Rebels does have some awesome moments.
Is the chat working for you guys?
Okay. I was literally just about to make this announcement. I left the chat for some reason doesn't work, but I left a community post on my main channel for them to leave comments if they want us to answer anything like now. And I'll be checking
Okay.
that periodically.
The chat's not working.
No, there is no chat, but it's cool. Like I think after the fact, I think now that I'm gonna be watching the community tab and seeing what people comment anyway. So
Okay.
we'll be fine for now. I don't. Next time this won't happen, but for now
Yeah.
it just isn't working. It worked when we were doing unlisted, but the moment we went public, it just wasn't working. So we'll figure that out later.
We are slow learners.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Sadly.
It begins.
Whose
Um,
question was that? Was that
was
ours?
Cats.
That
I think it
was
was Cats.
mine.
Oh,
So you
okay.
can-
So
yeah.
now ours.
Okay. Matthew P wants to know if you could bring one Legends character into canon, what character would it be?
Dude, I don't know Legends.
Alex
I
gets
wanna say-
exposed.
Hey, I'm not like a self-professed, canon master.
No, it's
'Cause
literally
you're
fine.
my canon master and lore master, Zach.
I'm not super knowledgeable about legends either, but I will say I think Darth Malgus. Although I know like everyone's go-to is like Darth Revan or Darth Bane and stuff, but
Yeah.
after watching like the cinematics for like the older public games, which I need to play, I am just like obsessed with Darth Malgus. So probably him.
You were deceived. Yeah, he's
Wait,
cool.
is Malgus the guy in the We Have Returned?
Yes.
That's Malgus? Okay.
Mhm.
That dude's sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is.
I like the Jedi in the Old Republic though, more, in my opinion. From what I know. I don't know their names, but from what I've seen, I like the Jedi a lot in that era.
There's a lot of them. Like, are you
I
referring
like the main
to
ones, like the fucking good
the
ones.
twins? Like the
Yeah, the
or
twins are
there's a-
cool. I'm
there's a
talking
lot.
about the fucking like the oh my god. Never mind. Just move on. If me trying to figure out what I'm talking about is gonna be really bad. So let's just move on from
well,
that.
I would go. I'm gonna be basic, but like Revan would be sick.
Mhm.
Also Bastila. I really like Bastila. I had a huge like fantasy crush on Bastila when I first played the Old Republic.
Is that the Revenant Bastila thing?
Yes. So you can like romance her. Like there's a lot of different like paths you can
Romanticize
take.
her?
Interactions.
Yeah, and so I failed like the first 2 times I played through the game. Like she rejected me. The first time I didn't know you could date her. The second time she rejected me, and then I finally did it on the third try. And so
Wow.
yeah, it was kind of sad that I played
Good for
it
you.
2 more times just for that purpose. But
Hey, we all have our poisons. Bastila was yours.
Yeah. Hey, she's a boss.
She
I
is double-bladed yellow lightsaber. I mean, come on.
Yeah, yeah. Very glorious. Very glorious.
I'm more into the senators, you know, like Padme and
Yeah,
They
we
gotta-
know who your type is.
I don't.
Also, the Jedi though, you got to think for Rey.
Yeah, you
Rey's
do.
your girl.
Yeah, but not like, you know, it's if it was between her and Padme, it's like Padme like tenfold.
Agreed.
Like by a lot.
Yeah.
Okay, where were we? We were talking about Legends. Yeah, dude, I don't know anything about Legends. You can keep going, Zach, if you want.
I mean, I would like to see more characters from the Old Republic in general. Like,
Mhm.
I mean, my answer probably would have been Thrawn, but they brought Thrawn in, so
Yes. Excited. I mean, all the rumors swirling. Has it been confirmed that like he's happening live action?
I mean, it hasn't been confirmed, but it definitely was implied. Like, so they name dropped him for a
True.
reason.
That's true.
I really hope that they just have the same actor play him because I love his voice.
Lars.
Yeah, Lars Mikkelsen.
Oh,
Yeah.
Lars Mikkelsen. Yeah.
Mhm.
Anyway, I'm gonna like okay, so Nicholas Amador and T Money and Ahsoka and Spider-Man all commenting shaming me
guys.
for not, you know, knowing
Having
Old
a
Republic.
functioning chat.
And that too. T Money says Kreia from KOTOR 2 is an incredible character who offered
Yeah.
unique perspectives in the Force that I'd love to see brought back to canon.
I agree.
I don't know.
I used to she's one of your companions in KOTOR 2, and I used to never develop her skills at all because I knew she was gonna betray me in the end. So I was like, well, if I don't develop you, you're gonna be not as tough, but that's not how it worked. So
Oh, still a final boss.
Yeah. But yeah, Kreia's a great character. I would love to see her in live action as long as they don't screw it up.
Next question.
I think it's your turn.
Okay. Let's see. We did that. Some of these questions we have addressed in our like podcast snippets and clips. So don't be offended if I don't touch on it because we probably have already done like a 10-minute video clip of it. Thoughts on the Bad Batch and its release date of May 4th, 2021 from Cool Triplets 2. In my mind, the Bad Batch, and I mean this in like the best possible way, is literally just like Clone Wars Part 2. Like that's what my brain is internalizing it as. Like it's just a continuation like of Clone Wars, like in a good way. So I am just like almost like numb about it. Like I feel like because there's so much like good Star Wars content in the pipeline, and like I feel like this like announcement was like so soon, it's already coming up like so quickly, I feel like. And so I imagine like the week before it happens and I'm like, oh my god, we're getting Bad Batch finally, and thinking about the things we could see in that show, like potentially young Vader or like something like that. I'm so hyped for it. Like I cannot wait. I'm beside myself.
Yeah, dude. I think Bad Batch is going to open up many other opportunities to see, depending on how well it succeeds for that era, to kind of really branch off into other shows and stuff. There was a big, actually, I want to talk about. There's a big Andor rumor, right?
Yes.
I think I heard something about it. What?
Do you remember what it was? Like someone was like,
I got a
remember
question.
I saw a comment about it. Yeah, a question about it.
Is it on yours or
some
mine?
cameo? Let me check really quick. I was like, what did you think about this in the Andor series? Or was it on mine?
Oh, was it Maul and Andor?
Oh yeah, Maul. That's what it was.
I don't know. I guess it's possible, but actually no. He would, well, yeah, it is possible. He's not dead, but I don't know what he would be doing because he's more of the crime world, and Andor seems to be more of the, like, I'm spying on the Imperials and being a rebel kind of thing.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I wonder how he would fit in with that plot. Because at first hearing that sounds like they're just trying to like stick a puzzle piece in that might not necessarily fit.
Yeah.
I don't know. I wouldn't say no to it. Everyone knows I'm a sucker for Darth Maul. Like, I'll take it. But I would not have guessed that would be the cameo for the Cassian Andor series. I just don't associate them together. I don't know.
I don't know. I think there's many opportunities to have him in future Star Wars. And I don't necessarily. I think it would just detract from what they're trying to do in the series. I feel like Andor itself should be like, if they're gonna have him in there, have it be like a really small cameo, and that's it. Not like a long form. Regular. Yeah, like the main character if it's literally called Andor. I don't know. I like Cassian Andor. I don't know if you guys have seen Narcos Mexico, but he plays like the Rockefeller of marijuana. Distribution in that during the drug war, what still goes on, but like this was like the golden age, and he played like Felix Gallardo, which was like, who was like literally like the kingpin, and he did really well in that. So just seeing him in another like kind of like he's a bad dude, doing bad things, but for a good cause essentially, which is how they portrayed him in Narcos Mexico. It would be cool. I mean, I think he fits that role perfectly, and he's a good actor too. He kind of came from nowhere, really, too. He was just, I think he only acted in like really small Hispanic films, and then I think blew up with Star Wars. I could be wrong. I think that's kind of how I had only
ever seen him in one other film prior to Rogue One. So,
which was? Do you remember?
Frida Kahlo biopic.
Oh,
he was really young. Yeah, like almost unrecognizable.
Oh, young. No, he was in, dude, oh my God, he was in that one racy film. It's like one of the it's like top 100 IMDb. What's it called? It's a Mexican film. It's big. It's very famous.
Neat.
Super racy and lots of nudity and everything, and it's like, I can't remember what it was called, but it was pretty good. It was on Amazon Prime for like a couple months. And I was like, well, that's Cassian when he was like fucking like 18.
Yeah.
But yeah, it seems like maybe he left acting and then he just knew someone who was casting Hispanic roles. And he's just like, I'll go and cast and audition. And they're like, dude, I'm going to take this kid. And probably worked out from there. Speaking of Bad Batch, the gaming core wants to know, do you think Darth Vader will be in the Bad Batch series?
I hope. Please.
It would be weird if he wasn't.
I can understand why they wouldn't do it at first, like maybe later on.
Yeah.
Because essentially we already saw his perspective, his viewpoint, his struggles, kind of. Not completely, but I think this is more like along the Clone Wars has always been kind of in the eyes of the clones and personal and humanizing and personalizing them more so than anything else. So it would make sense for them to do that again in this, to kind of show what the clones were thinking amidst all of it. It would make more sense that way. Whether or not, Darth Vader will be, prominent is probably still to be seen. I don't think so, though. I don't think he will be.
Yeah.
I think he'll maybe be in a very limited, kind of like Rogue One. But
yeah, I was going to say, I feel like we might have like one juicy Darth Vader moment that they'll, give us for some fan service, but I don't think he'll be a ginormous character. But I agree with Zach. I feel like, why would you not like capitalize on this? You know, we all want to see it.
Yeah, I almost wish that the Bad Batch was more of an anthology show like the Clone Wars was, so that we could skip around the galaxy and like see all these different things going on like the Clone Wars did. Like it kind of paints this complete picture of the time period. Whereas the Bad Batch feels like it's going to be more of like Rebels, where we're following this core group of characters. But still very excited for it. Like I'm very fascinated by this time period of Star Wars. Like the immediate aftermath of Revenge of the Sith has always been something that I've wanted to see in animation or on screen, and so I'm glad we're getting something that's gonna show us that.
Mm-hmm.
I honestly, I don't know if everyone else kind of agrees or or if you disagree or not, but I always have a really hard time connecting with the fight scenes and with the emotion in the animation. I think the only moments where it seemed really emotional were, for me at least, is anything involving Ahsoka, in mostly Rebels, and then the end of Clone Wars with Vader. Everything else before that's very tough for me to kind of get into. Live action, I just feel like is so much easier to get immersed in. Some people feel the opposite. What do you guys think about it? Is there no difference for you? Do you get immersed animation, live action regardless?
I do agree with what you're saying. There is something more compelling, I think, knowing that it's real people versus like computer generated, choreography. I will say though, like I agree with what you're saying. Like for me, like the most impactful ones were when the characters, have a history, like Maul versus Kenobi. I loved all of, their encounters and everything in Clone Wars, and exactly like you're saying, like Twilight of the Apprentice is like, oh, I don't care if that's animation, like that's some of the most brilliant Star Wars ever. So I do agree, like there's something about a live action duel that isn't translated as much via, computer graphics or whatever, but it doesn't bother. Like I don't feel like I'm not watching them fight, like I don't have a problem getting into it, but some fights are definitely more impactful than others.
Yeah, I mean, I'll kind of play devil's advocate here, but you take like for example, Darth Sidious versus Maul and Savage Opress. That's a kick-ass duel, and I don't think it would have been as good in live action, because in animation you can kind of do things that you can't do in live action,
Mm-hmm.
and the acrobatics I think look more natural in animation than if you had to tie the actors to like lines and like have them fly through the air. It might look a little weird.
Yeah.
So
Actually, I don't know why I didn't even really think about this, but I realized like Maul and Ahsoka fight doesn't work in live action. I feel like that only works in animation, the way it was shown and the way it was done. Because if you compare it to, it seems like they tried to go the route with Ahsoka kind of mirroring her fight styles in the live action, and for me, it felt kind of underwhelming for the combat thing, and people were kind of saying it's like, oh, she was just messing around, but it's like she wouldn't let herself get disarmed.
Yeah,
if she was messing around, she wouldn't lose one of her sabers like that, and
exactly.
like she didn't even lose one of her sabers against. Actually, yes, she did, but it was at the very end. It was like after fighting Maul, for like a while. It's not like she was fighting this chick, this whatever she was, for like what, like 10 minutes, and she was disarmed on one side, and like the fighting seemed very, I don't know, it wasn't there compared to the animation. So in that regard, I can totally understand, like there's so much more you can do in animation, so much more you can show and portray choreographically wise, in that regard. But yeah, I just think that as far as live action goes, my favorite of all time is still going to be Anakin and Obi-Wan, or even Yoda and Sidious. Like that even worked, even though a lot of it was CGI. It worked because of where the camera was. Like you can see the fucking, like the badassery going on, and the flipping and everything. It's kind of blurred, but it's done on purpose. Because if you're too close, it's like it looks weird. Kind of like I think the way it looked in Attack of the Clones. It was just kind of awkward. Like the editing in Attack of the Clones for the lightsaber was just kind of awkward. And I think they strayed far away from that style right after that. I don't know If you guys have noticed that, like you know that they show the faces and like the twirling.
Yeah,
Mhm.
especially when like Anakin cuts the lights, and then it's just
Yeah.
like it's
Yeah.
it's not.
Strobes.
It looks
Yeah.
weird, dude. It looks like it's like a strobe battle, like a strobe, like they're in a disco or something. So, maybe they were limited, or maybe they didn't have enough footage. So they just had to do it that way or something. But I noticed they haven't done anything like that editorial wise since that episode. So, yeah, I just think that they need to make the fights as aggressive as Revenge of the Sith, or as close to the animation as they possibly can, because if it's slow and unstructured and then doesn't make sense when you compare it, when you like reference her when Ahsoka when she was younger, like taking on Maul, taking on Vader, and doing all of that, the fighting styles just don't mix. So I think they got to figure out a nice like middle ground of how to make it more aggressive, I think, for live action from here forward, because if there's slow combat, I think people are just going to get immediately turned off by it.
Will there even be lightsaber combat in the Bad Batch, do you think? Are we even going to see a lightsaber, really, if it's,
I love that question. That's like a recurring question now. It's like, will we see a lightsaber in this episode?
Yeah.
Will we see a lightsaber?
I mean, if they have them go hunt Jedi, I could see them, having a Jedi using a lightsaber, but I don't know about a duel. You'd have to probably have Vader involved, which I would love to see. I would love to see Vader hunt some Jedi. But like you said, I think both of you said this, it's not about Vader, so that's unlikely.
Don't think about it. Even if he's not like in it at all, like I'm not going to be disappointed. Like his presence or lack of appearance will not make or break it for me. Like I'm super excited regardless. And do we know how many seasons are anticipated for Bad Batch, or?
I don't think so, not yet.
Could it just be like one season?
I think it's more of a series than a mini-series.
Than a limited series?
I think they would have like distinguished it.
Yeah, they probably, or I mean, I think there have been cases where they posted the first season, and then they posted the second season saying that it's a limited series, because of how it did. So like, I think it's really all about ratings, but I don't think there's going to be low ratings for this show. I think everyone's going to be watching it. Whose turn is it?
I think it's Kat's.
Okay, so it'll go Kat, and since I have questions now, so it'll go Kat, me, then Zach.
All right.
Now we'll just do it that way.
All right.
Anyway.
Alrighty. This is an interesting one. I like this one, but it makes me sad. This is from Colin H. Have you ever been in Galaxy's Edge before? And do you kind of celebrate Star Wars Day? I've not been to Galaxy's Edge, and it makes me upset. Unfortunately.
I haven't been there either. I that was like right in the heart of when Last Jedi came out, and when I was really pissed off at Star Wars and I hated all about it, and I didn't want to spend the money to go to Disneyland, only to hate on everything that I saw there. Because they totally disregarded, because it showed the game plans for what it, or the floor plans, or whatever you call them, the blueprints for what it could have been. I think those were, I don't know if that's fake, but there was like a graphic that went around after it released about what the original plan was, to include all the trilogies and have like rides, like to have like Mustafar area, and then have like all this like shit set up. If you haven't seen that, Kat, I'll send you the.
I almost don't want to see it.
I don't want to see it.
It looks so good, like about what it could have been. And ever since I've seen that, I just haven't wanted to go.
Like I would not be surprised if that was a fan generated thing. There's a lot of good artists out there. Like I feel like somebody could have whipped that up to put it out, to be like, look at what it was supposed to be.
Yeah, it's just the only thing is like no one's confirmed necessarily whether it's real or not, and everyone says that it came from the original artist, or the original artist that did the blueprint for it is no longer works there and released that to the public. Is supposedly what happened. This was a long time ago. But everyone was talking about that at one point, and when I first saw it, I was like, dude, there's no way, like if this was actually the original plan, and Kathleen's like, no, let's just move forward and do only sequel on.
Is she in charge of that stuff when it comes to like the parts?
Well, her and Bob Iger worked pretty closely together when Bob was still there. And that was when that was a thing. They were putting it together, and I think Kathleen was the one that kind of stepped in to advocate for the sequel because I think they were trying to push
My
more.
bad.
They were trying to push more the characters that they created to avoid royalty issues. I think because apparently there's a long history of Disney just not paying employees or paying freelancers or paying contracted workers the way that they should have. Alan Dean Foster is the prime example. He authored and made the graphic novels and all the other novels of the films. Like he did Force Awakens adaptation. Apparently, I'm working a documentary with him and the director, and I was talking with him a couple months ago, and Disney just hasn't paid him his royalties for like the past like 6-7 months. So they do that, like they've been known to do that. So it's like it wouldn't surprise me that they were like, you know what, we need to find an area to cut this out and figure out how to make the most money that we can. So let's use the characters that we created once we bought the franchise to avoid paying, Mark Hamill, to avoid paying Hayden Christensen, to avoid. That's honestly what I think that they did. I don't think that they necessarily thought that it was the greatest idea. Obviously, they would have made a lot more money, I think, going the conventional route with what the blueprint was, if that is the original blueprint. But I think they were literally thinking long term about what makes them the most money. And I guess they thought that people would like the sequels a lot more than it ended up resulting in. But yeah, it's something.
I kind of feel the same. Like I just don't care to ever go, which is very sad. Like I remember when they first announced that they were going to make a Star Wars theme park, I was really excited because I thought that we'd be getting like a recreation of the cantina and
we didn't get that,
all this other stuff. Yeah, and it felt like a no-brainer to me. It's like why wouldn't you do this? And then they made some fictional Star Wars planet that nobody cares about, that nobody has any emotional connection to. And yeah, I just don't care to go ever.
Really?
Yeah,
I think it's rumored that they're completely revamping it.
I hope so. I just like I think they went for the more like immersive experience where it's like, oh, this is a planet in the Star Wars universe and you get to go there. I don't really want that. I wanted like specific locations that are iconic that I can like feel like I'm in the movie, like,
Oh yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah, I don't know. I'm low key dying to go, and it makes me sad now that I've finally moved to California and it's closed, and I'm not looking forward to whatever
you
the
moved
crowd
during a
is.
pandemic.
Yeah, whatever the crowd is gonna be like when it reopens. Like I definitely want to go.
Oh yeah,
when
you've
it's,
never
like,
been.
calmed down. Yeah, so like
That's
I want to go
true.
when it's calmed down.
Dude,
and, like,
Disneyland and California Adventure are sick. If you've never been,
Yeah,
I've just
no,
been
I
so
haven't
many
been.
times growing up. So
Yeah?
I'm just like, dude, I used to
I'm
go like
excited.
every weekend when I was a kid.
That just like blows my mind. Like, isn't that expensive?
Yeah, but dude, my parents were awesome. Like they were totally good. Like I forget. I feel like they did a lot of things when I was really young too that I just don't even remember.
Oh.
But my parents were super sick with my childhood growing up. Like I got to do a lot of things with them, and they took us, me and my sister. We did a lot of things together. So yeah, that's
fun.
I had a pretty good childhood growing up. We didn't really.
Yeah.
We just not like we traveled. We didn't really do any traveling. It was always we stayed in California. If we ever did travel, it was to see the family on the East Coast, or in Philly.
Mm-hmm. Represent.
Yeah. But yeah, like I've only been to London a couple of times. I've never been like anywhere else in Europe, but I went to London like when I was in college. Like I paid for it myself. Like it's not like we as a family had the money to just fucking travel. It was just our vacation was just going to Disneyland, going to Universal Studios, like all sorts of things like that.
Well, when you're in California, you can really have a staycation. Like you don't have to go.
It's true.
You
You're right.
You can go skiing here. You can go to a national park. You can go to the beach. You can go to the city. Like, kind of has covered all the ground. You can go to the desert if that's what you want. So
yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
We're lucky here. I think a lot of people don't realize how lucky we are in California, and you're soon to realize how awesome California is.
Yeah, when I can actually get the legitimate experience.
Yeah, like people complain about it and move to Texas and everything. It's like I wouldn't want to. Like I'd pay the extra fees, pay the extra taxes, all that shit to remain living here because it's the greatest state ever. Whether or not representative wise, government wise, probably not, but just in terms of where it is and what it is and why it's home to me, like I wouldn't ever want to move. Just because of money. Like it really isn't about money at the end of the day. California is beautiful. California is amazing. It's just the government representatives that are ruining it for a lot of people, and some people are are willing to move and change and whatever for that. But it's like I don't know. I've kind of lived. I've lived in SF, lived in SoCal, I lived in LA. It's like I wouldn't want to live anywhere else, honestly.
If you love it so much, why don't you marry it?
Anyway, on that note, I will go to the community tab now. And answer. Let's see, which one do I want to go? What's your I don't know any of that. I can't answer that. Do you think they'll bring the Republic Commando game to canon? I mean, I know Delta Squad got a cameo in the Clone Wars, so it seems like the game could be canon.
I didn't play it, but I know that they're
play it either.
I think they're bringing it onto consoles, modern and like PC for like the modern day. So it's possible. I don't know. Like I didn't play it, so I don't know if anything in the game contradicts anything that like the Clone Wars established. But I would say it's possible. Wouldn't be surprised either way.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about it.
I left that question to Zach because I don't know shit about that.
Yeah. Whenever Alex and I don't know anything, we're like, Zach.
Yeah, me and Kat are kind of the same in so many retrospects and so many. It's actually crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But just a quick little shout out, Nicholas Amador. I see all your comments, dude. Thanks for being super active on that community tab. Jesus.
Thank you.
Yeah, your community tab is probably blowing up if that's what people are using.
Yeah, that's kind of what needs to be the chat right now.
Sorry about that.
I'm reading it, guys. Like everyone I know has gone, but I haven't. Oh, yeah, so Nick says same, Cat. Like everyone I know has gone, but I haven't. Let's start a club and sulk.
Yeah. Well, I also just want to go because I want to taste the food. I've heard the food there is really good.
At Disneyland?
At Galaxy's Edge.
Oh, we can get the $40 alcoholic blue milk.
Do we get to milk the sea creature from the Last
Jedi? Do we get to sip it out of a bottle like a baby? That's the real question.
Right from the teat.
Oh my god.
No, I'm more of
udder. It's an udder.
I'm more of a bottle kid. No, I'm just kidding.
Wow.
I'm just kidding.
I do like how they have
not to get weirdly personal or anything.
I like how they have all the soda brands and like Arabesh. I think that's cool.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Immersive. Like I said, it's very immersive. It's just not really what I wanted from a Star Wars park.
Yeah.
Why didn't they ask me what?
Ahsoka Tano says Galaxy's Edge should be in Europe. I live in Europe and I am pissed because I want the lightsabers. Do they sell cool lightsabers there?
Yeah, you can make your own.
They're
expensive, that's right.
They're expensive.
Yeah.
It's like $300, right?
Oh, it's $300?
That's like the.
Oh no.
Oh no, he's gone.
I believe you can have little girls. I'm here.
Oh, you're back.
Okay.
I'm back.
He's back.
Somehow Zach has returned.
What were you saying though? We lost everything.
Oh,
the last thing I heard was I believe.
It was like I think you can little girls can make their own princess dresses there, or you can buy your own princess dresses at Disneyland. So I think the lightsaber thing.
She was a little 4-year-old.
Yeah, I think the lightsaber thing's like the equivalent because they're both super expensive.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but those were like $60-$70 for like a fitted princess dress.
I think there are more expensive ones. I remember hearing like hundreds of dollars to buy.
Maybe they changed it, but this was back when my sister was like 4 years old, and I was like 8. So maybe inflation's that bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it seems like they've only gotten progressively worse in terms of how money hungry they are. So I'm just not interested in most things Disney anymore. It's sad. But I grew up with them, so I got to experience all of it. So Kat, you still have to go through that experience regardless. So
yeah.
So now on to you, Zach. Zakiwan.
Okay. I don't know how to pronounce this name 100% correct, so I'm gonna give it my best shot. But Mate Pauls wants to know our opinion of the High Republic. I don't know if you guys have read anything or seen anything.
Take it away, Zach.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think you're the only one who's read it, so
I think it's pretty good. Sorry for the barking dogs. I think it's pretty good. It's pretty early though, so it definitely has potential. Like I'm enjoying it. I don't think it's super SJW like some channels say, but yeah, like I haven't read the comics. That's the only thing I haven't read, but I've read the 2 novels that have come out, the adult one and then the young adult one, and they're both pretty good. Lots of new Jedi, lots of new cool Jedi. They wear different things than the prequel Jedi do, and Yoda's mentioned a lot, but we haven't gotten much Yoda yet, so I'm interested to see like specifically kind of how Yoda acts.
How many books are they? Are there going to be like 2 more?
There's I think there's just going to be a ton more, honestly. Like,
oh, okay.
They have like another one coming out in June, but it's like this whole project that they're doing.
Oh wow.
So
is there going to be any theatrical like film or television content from that era at all? Like, is this a precursor to that?
They haven't announced that, but I see that happening certainly. If reception is good, I know that like we were talking about off air earlier, their videos that they keep releasing keep getting like downvoted, but I don't think that should be indicative of the actual books themselves, because I do think the books are better than your average like canon Star Wars novel.
Dude, guess who just commented? Jay, we know, dude. Our shit's broken, bro. Drunk 3PO just commented. He's like, bro, your chat is broken. I'm like, dude, we know.
We know. We're embarrassed.
Jay, we have our questions going on our community tab right now.
Don't look at us.
We're doing it through Zoom. I actually want to talk to you about how to do this, because
he's probably laughing at us because he's
we've been trying to figure this out like since a couple days ago, just fucking using unlisted and just trying to figure out how everyone's doing this, because it seems like there's so many options and so many like premium things that you have to buy to do it, and I can't figure out what to do.
We tried using
Skype. We tried using Skype and using NDI with Kat, and not only was the audio broken on that, but like the NDI just wasn't feeding correctly. So I don't know. I have to talk to you about this, and we have to figure this shit out, because I am at my wit's end.
Yeah, we literally got our shits together like 4 minutes before we started. We were like, let's test everything out at like 3:00, give ourselves an hour, and then we're like, okay, we have like 5 minutes.
Yeah. I mean, it's not like we don't have like super chat. We don't have anything available anyway, because this channel is so small. But in general, like it'd be nice to be able to have the chat playing. I think it was working when it was unlisted, and now once we went public,
that's great.
YouTube's just like, nah, fuck you.
The sabotage.
Oh, he uses StreamYard. You say he's gonna walk me through it.
We will have to look into that.
Yeah.
And then we'll have you on, dude. As long as you bring me on yours, we can.
Yeah.
We can work.
You show him
out.
Yours, and he'll show you.
show me yours.
God.
I'll show you mine.
Remember, we can't edit anything out, folks. We gotta keep.
Hey, this is all implication. It could mean anything. You know?
Yeah.
Okay.
Talking about Pokemon cards.
This is also our channel, Kat, not yours. We can do what we want.
True.
Don't tell us how to do our.
On thin ice.
Don't tell us how to run our ship, bro.
I believe it is Kat's turn for a question.
Alrighty, yes. I liked this question, and we were kind of touching on it with Alex there. Oh wait, no, this person. All right, sorry. We'll come back to this one. Maybe this person already asked one actually, so never mind. Oh, I liked this one from Tyler Lynn. Could Anakin beat Darth Vader in a duel?
That is a good question.
I really like that question. I think it depends which era Anakin. Like which pre-Vader, like Revenge of the Sith. Anakin.
Dude, Trick 3PO is calling us out. He's like,
no,
all your facts are wrong.
I'm actually embarrassed.
He's telling us to go fuck ourselves. No, I'm just kidding. He didn't say that. But yeah, Drunk 3PO, it's more or less like I was just throwing out inflated numbers because I was just so sick of what Disney was doing that I just saw a couple articles and just, used my confirmation bias to assume that's definitely what the facts are. But yeah. Go ahead, Kat. I'm sorry.
All right, if Standard is pre-Vader Anakin. Like Revenge of the Sith Anakin. I want to say Anakin could win, but they're also the same person. I don't know. For some reason, I want to say Anakin just for the sake of mobility / his like strength and powers before he was put in the suit. That's what I'm gonna say. But that's a very big. I don't know. That's a tough one. That's a tough one.
It is a tough one, but I kind of want to say Vader just because Vader knows Anakin so well, and he killed him once, and he can do it again.
I was gonna say, if we're thinking like psychologically here, like the mind games of them dueling one another. Yeah, no, that makes sense. That's true.
Like I think Vader is just a smarter fighter at like that he could defeat Anakin. Anakin has the raw power and skill, but Vader is more intelligent and I think he would be able to best Anakin if that were to happen.
Yeah, I think Vader does everything Anakin does, but better now because he's older and more like because like he lost Obi-Wan already, so he knows because it's like I think if Anakin were to fight himself, the two aggressive styles, I think one Vader already knows how to already knows that style right off the bat, and then he also is just kind of like, yo, I lost to my rival. I'm not gonna lose to some prissy
myself.
Jedi ever again. Yeah, I'm not gonna lose to my younger, long-haired, beautiful self. Like fuck that kid. And Vader. I feel like Vader would win. Like almost not easily, but I think
he would get messed up.
Yeah, he would probably turn into Vader after.
Yeah.
Is it your turn, Alex? I think.
Kat, did you just go?
Yeah, that was her question.
Oh shit, dude, we're moving fast. Dude, what's up with these people leaving like long opinions about what their favorite movie is and not asking questions?
Star Wars fans just like to share.
No, I know, but I'm like leave questions and like they leave like 2 paragraphs. I'm like reading through it for the question. There's no question. What would you want to see from Vader in the Kenobi series?
That's a good question.
Everything.
Everything.
I really want to see.
What can you give me?
Him.
Everything.
Like just hunting Kenobi down. I want to see him like in the back to tank. I want to see him helmet off. Like I want to see Hayden Christensen's face. That's what I want to see. But like that sounded really creepy. But yeah, that's what I want to see. Like just his him slipping. I think I want to see where he snaps, and because realistically, and what I'm sure Palpatine wants from him is to forget Kenobi and move on and snap out of it and forget about his past. But I want to see Vader like slipping and being not able to like forget about it, and like so just like seething for revenge, almost like Darth Maul a little bit.
What do you think, Zach?
I mean Vader's my favorite character, so I literally anything. Like if he wants to come on and go to the bathroom, like I'm down to see that. But I don't want to see him fight Obi-Wan for real. I'm very much of the school of thought that they should not meet until A New Hope. I'm fine. It'd be cool if they fight in a vision or a dream or something like that. But yeah, I'm just really curious to see how much Vader we get, because the way they're kind of advertising it seems like he's going to be playing a significant role.
Yeah.
So I'm really interested to see how much we get.
Now, watch it be just his hair that we see.
Oh god. He's bald.
Like in a flash. No, in like a flashback. Like it'll be a flashback. It'll be he won't even actually be in it.
Like his back's to the camera is just an over the shoulder.
No, it's like another actor that's doing it, but they said it's Hayden to save money and to have and everyone's like,
so
wait,
pissed.
It's like, wait, is that him? And it's just like his back, like just with a lightsaber, and that's it for like the whole
God.
season. That's
Or they
all
That's
just
we
the
can see.
cliffhanger at the
They
end.
just reuse footage from Revenge of the Sith, and they're like, "See, Hayden was in it."
It's like
Oh
he's like
my
marching on the
God.
temple. It's like, wait, isn't that from Revenge of the Sith?
No, it was an unused take.
It's like no, but Obi-Wan doesn't know how he marched into the temple, and he's seeing it.
Oh
It's like,
my
oh, but that's
God.
so lazy. God damn it.
But Zach, what do you make? Because I'm pretty sure, wasn't it when during the Investors Day like announcements when they were talking more about the Kenobi show, and I think she dropped like there's gonna be like the duel of the century or something like that. Like they alluded to like there's gonna be some sort of matchup, but I agree
Hey,
with you. Like I feel like
the
it's
chat's working now.
unrealistic. Is the chat working?
This guy says, "Yo, it works."
Yo, it works. Really? Hold on.
Wait,
I mean-
there it is.
Dude, it works after 55 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh my god, dude.
We have a
But
chat.
The chat is working now out of what the
What?
hell?
Goodness.
Hold on, I
Wow.
gotta update it now.
We had to suffer that embarrassment for nothing.
Chat is working.
Wow.
Let me. I'm certain 3PL.
Hello
left, so let me
there.
just let him know. Chat is working.
It's working.
It's working. Oh, you did it. She did it.
Now this is pod racing.
Now this is pod racing. Oh my god.
Oh
That
my
saves me so much
God.
like scrolling time and whatever.
Yeah, from now on, we just need to wait 55 minutes every time to get a chat.
We got Tommy Boy in here too. That's hilarious.
roasting us.
Drunk is just like, yeah, just fucking over it. Just gonna move on to the next stream. His loyalties, we lost him. He's no longer loyal anymore. Any
Oh,
credibility we
God.
had is flushed on the toilet. He's gonna shit on us for the rest of his life now. Anyway, I think I just went, so it's Zach now.
It is my turn. Oh, good thing.
Wait, you didn't say what you wanted from Vader though?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did.
Did you?
Wait, did I not say what I wanted?
I don't
No.
think we were joking about just
Oh.
recycling Revenge of the Sith footage.
Oh yeah, I was just trolling, I guess. I honestly really want to see Flash. Oh shit.
Hello,
dude.
13-year-old Alex.
Hello. Mostly flashbacks and just him like, you know, in turmoil and just broken, because like that's the period of time that we didn't see. We kind of just see like, I mean, Cat kind of nailed it, but we kind of just see you know, pre-Vader into, you know, early Vader, kind of melancholic, into immediately just hopping on the Star Destroyer to see the Death Star, and that's kind of it. I think from there on would be cool to just kind of see how he's coping with it, instead of the Vader that we see in New Hope, which is just like, dude, I'm gonna fuck up everyone. I hate everything, you know.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's about it. Nothing too complicated.
Nothing too fancy.
Nothing too fancy.
Anyway,
More civilized discussion.
let's see. Okay, the Stanleys wants to know, what's your favorite ship, Millennium Falcon or Slave One?
Ooh. Probably the Millennium Falcon. If it were to choose between those two.
I'm gonna go Slave One. Like, I think everybody loves the Millennium Falcon, so I'm gonna be
Ah,
different, and I'm
you don't
gonna
want to be basic like
I
me.
don't want to be basic like you, Kat. I'm gonna
Well, the
be.
Slave One also has the amazing, one of the greatest sounds in the
Oh my
history
god,
of
yeah.
human ears. So,
Oh.
yeah. I was gonna say I can't even try to like replicate it because it's just too good.
What was the question?
Bro, you gotta stop.
Millennium
I was
Falcon?
reading the chat because it's like we have a chat now.
Or Slave One.
What, or Slave One?
Millennium Falcon or
Or
Slave,
Slave One? Millennium Falcon.
High five.
Ha!
Be basic together.
Ah. Why
If
Slave
you're not
One?
with me,
Then you're my
you're
enemy.
my enemy.
Oh my god.
Because of Obi-Wan. Dude, he looks so stoned when he says that line. He's like,
It looks like he was zoning out.
yeah,
and
he's like,
because of Obi-Wan.
wait, I just lost my train of thought. Is it
Yeah.
Obi-Wan? Oh my god. And by the way, Drunk 3PO says the building lightsaber is about 175 to 190. So like when you said 300, like yeah, I was kind of like, it's really that much? But
wait, it only costs. All right, that's what I
only
had
costs
heard.
200 as
only
opposed to
costs
300.
200. Yeah,
But I mean, I'm sure they're high quality, right? They have to be. If they were shitty quality, it's
oh,
like,
they
what would-
yeah, they look really good.
Plus, you get to like do your own, which is like special. Who's
You get
next?
to go to Ilum.
Ilum.
Oh my
Ilum.
god.
Only OG subscribers
Self-roast
know.
myself there.
Was that our first? No, that was like our second.
That
video
was on one of the videos on your channel, I think.
Oh, before we started the second channel.
Yeah.
Before I realized my audience doesn't want to watch this
Aw.
news amazing, immersive content from a beautiful human being called Zach.
Oh, thank you.
I was literally gonna go down a path of just roasting you, but I didn't want to do that.
Oh.
Much love, dude.
Who's next? Who's up? I've lost track.
You're up.
Is it my turn?
Yeah, that
You're
was
up,
my
champ.
question.
Alrighty. I liked this one from the Stanleys, who I think I just saw in the chat. What's your favorite alien species?
That is a good question. There's so many good ones, though.
I know this one's hard. I think I'm gonna go with Twi'lek.
I was gonna say that too.
Ah.
It's like they're the only ones that we know.
Or Togrutas, whatever. Ahsoka and Shakti Togruta. I know I'm saying that wrong.
No, is that what they're? Are Togrutas the species, or is that their?
No, I think there's a species. Yeah.
That's a
Yeah.
species, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I was trying to figure out what's the what are these things called?
Leku,
Leku. Mm.
tendrils, whatever.
Drink saying you pay for the experience. Yeah, dude, of course. I mean, I'm not against the price of doing it. I just don't like Disney. If it was like any other company, if it was Lucasfilm or LucasArts, like LucasArts was amazing when it was around, doing the whole build your own lightsaber thing, and like I'd totally do it. But it's Disney, so
If I had $200 to throw around and make a fun lightsaber, I'd do it too. But I don't have like
Yeah.
$200 to spend on a lightsaber.
Yeah.
But I guess
and I just spent $200 on Zoom, so
so is it really better?
I don't know. I mean,
Not to
I might
mention
do
how
it
much
at
does
some
it
point,
cost, like general admission just to get into the park? That's probably like $100.
Isn't it just like it's part of Disneyland, right? Or do you have to? Is it like an expansion? Is it like California Adventure? Because I actually don't really know that much at all about it.
Yeah, I haven't
in terms
been
of getting
since
in.
it's been open.
Yeah, I haven't been to Disneyland in a very long time. I think it's been like 2-3 years or 4 years,
Oh.
maybe even about like I think 3 or 4 years.
Dang. I didn't even know there were separate things.
Oh, Toydarian is someone's favorite.
Ah.
I'm a Toydarian.
I'm a Toydarian. The Jedi mind tricks don't work on me.
Wow.
Only money.
What do you think? You're some kind of Jedi or something? Waving your hand around like that. That's
Oh my
enough of that for
God.
the day.
I was gonna say
That was
it
good.
sounds like you're spraining your throat having to talk like that.
Yeah, I would. I'll lose my voice.
Yeah.
I
Drunk
would.
says they are trash quality. They also have a rule: if you break the lightsaber outside of Galaxy's Edge, you cannot get a refund.
Oh wow.
Damn Disney.
You pay for the experience. See, with comments like that, I don't know if you're like, jokingly saying it like that, because I know your lexicon and how you use language. I think you're joking right now.
Thank you, Spider-Man. I'm very proud of my Watto impression.
Thank you, Spider-Man. Bully McGuire. 125 per ticket.
Oh God.
That's not that bad.
You're paying for the experience, though. Like, honestly, he's not wrong. Like,
No, he's not wrong at all. But
yeah.
the way he just immediately went back to saying you pay for the experience after he described how it was shitty is like, I feel like he's joking. But anyway.
Mm. That's a shame though. Imagine building your lightsaber. You step 1 foot outside of the park and you trip and it drops and shatters.
I built one back before they had Galaxy's Edge, and it's still alive.
Where did you build it?
You remember when they used to have like Star Tours, and then there's like a little Star Wars building? Yeah, I have it like right here actually.
Oh man, Star Tours is pretty cool, dude. I remember that.
Of course it is.
I don't know if it's still there. It's probably still there, right?
Nice.
Damn.
Yeah, I'm cool.
You're a cool kid. Nick is asking, speaking of channels, Zach, are you ever going to post on your old channel again? You've gotten some subs on that old channel now.
I have like 270 now. And I mean, I guess if I have time, like a lot of my time goes into this channel.
Yeah, once this channel starts blowing up and we start having a regular schedule and, you know, Zach starts hiring assistants.
Yeah.
We build our team.
He can start building that channel. It can be just his channel where he talks about
things that
his
are
makeup and wellness and how he stays beautiful.
His chia hair care.
I can do ASMR.
Yeah.
With Watto. The
Watto's voice. That would be amazing.
Honestly, that's very niche. People would love it.
But yeah, like I might post on it at some point because there are movies that I'd like to talk about that aren't Star Wars that I can't really post on this channel. But yeah, it's cool that you watched that. Thank you.
Thanks, guys. Everyone's so nice in this chat right now. This is like these are like the loyal fans of everyone. I want to get the people who hate us. I want to see some of that.
Someone calls Alex the N-word.
Oh my God.
I'm waiting for it. I feel like there is some comments on your tab about my main channel that I wanted to answer.
Oh, okay.
I can't remember what they were.
Kieran Donnelly says, Alex, your edits are always so sick. Which one is your favorite? And the same question.
Oh, that's the one.
Zach. Bloodline is mine, by the way. You edited it to show the parallels between Anakin and Kylo. It was next level.
Everyone likes that one.
Yo, that's like a very eye-opening video.
Yeah, I like that one too. I don't know. A lot of my stuff I don't like just because I feel like it could be better always. Because like I'm always on such a time crunch when I edit.
The artist's curse.
I post because I was posting like weekly or twice a week for a little while. So I was like literally like 8, 9, 10-hour days. I'm editing it and I'm just like, oh shit, like I don't have enough time. I have to get this out. I told everyone I'd post it now and I'm just gonna release it. And then like there's little things in there that like I could have fixed, but I just didn't. And I look back on it, I'm like, fuck. But I think after I got over that and after I realized it was more about quality than quantity, that kind of changed. Like I think the mall video is a prime example of one that I took a little bit longer. After that, the Ahsoka one took a little bit longer. I think it was like over 2 weeks, and then the mall one was like over 2 weeks. And now the Padme and Anakin one has been like a month because of the new job. That one's like 9 minutes too. It's gonna be crazy. I think my favorite would probably either be my Clone Wars Modern trailer or my Broken Promise tribute, because those two are kind of the ones that still get views consistently and still kind of keep my channel afloat when I don't post anything. Yeah,
I was gonna say your Clone Wars Modern trailer is probably mine. That was sick.
Cool.
I love your Game of Thrones concept trailer. Like all your concept trailers are just so great because I look at them and I'm like, this actually is like freaking real. Like how? So
I posted a poll a while ago to do a Old Republic with Keanu Reeves from 34 Ronin, or what's that fuck 47 Ronin?
27 Ronin?
20, something like
something
that.
7 Ronin. Yeah.
Something 7. I think it's 47. But
I think you're right.
I was gonna take dialogue and take footage from there and insert it into fan films and use Lightsaber After Effects and make a concept trailer for it. A while ago I announced that was before I got the job. I have to learn deepfake too. So that was something that I was going to do, that I was going to release. And then I was like, dude, this is like so much like behind the scenes work that I have to do. I just don't have the time for it yet. I'm going to do it at some point, but as of now, I was just doing tributes, I guess. Because I know that's something that I can get going right off the bat and not have to be like, oh yeah, I'll post it eventually. And then like 5 months later, I have something like I don't know. Like here, HFP does that. It's not like his content's bad or anything, but it's just like on YouTube, like YouTube like screws you over. You don't post, you know. So it's like
Yeah.
I can't just not post for 5 months and then post something and expect it to blow up because I don't know. That's just how it works. So, yeah. 47.
47.
Chat's saying 47.
Can always count on the chat. I
Yeah,
love how you said 34. Like that was the first one.
We got
I know, out of
progressively
everything.
closer.
Oh, is Tom saying shit? I want to see what Tom's saying.
He's
Oh, what is he
throwing the
saying?
gauntlet down.
Watto ASMR would be incredible.
He did say that. Watto's one of Tom's favorites.
Watto is
Thanks, BMW
the
507.
goat.
Star Wars tour should not have been canceled. Oh, so it was canceled.
I did enjoy it. That was one of my favorite rides.
How do we see Revan? Is he worth the hype? Because I love him.
Yeah, he's worth the hype.
Yeah, dude, Revan's
100%.
sick.
I think it would be kind of hard to maybe bring him into live action because, you know, video games and like Revan is really like a blank slate character because like you are Revan, so it's kind of hard to take those characters.
Yeah, it'd be kind of like Master Chief in Halo. It'd be
Exactly.
weird to
Except even worse because like you kind of like you're Revan, like he's you, like you can name him yourself, I think, and it's like it's a blank slate character with a little bit of backstory, so it'd be hard. But if they can do it right, oh, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, I agree. I just hope they don't screw up the film and the script and throw Keanu Reeves in it, and then he's in another
No.
terribly written.
He can do no
thing.
wrong. Keanu Reeves is like the purest.
Is he your other man's?
No, like I'm not infatuated with him in the way I am with like
Maul.
Anakin, but like he's just a down to earth great human. I could never say a bad thing about him.
Well, it's not about him. It's the stuff that he gets. It's the roles he gets. You know.
Yeah.
Like it's not like I'm attacking his character. It's
Yeah.
I'm attacking his character.
Yeah.
His character.
Character.
Oh
Character.
my god.
Say it.
No.
Say the line.
His character.
Oh, I love it. It's so good.
Who are
What
we
the-
on? We keep losing
well,
track.
no, we just did Zach, but here's our question here.
Oh.
What type of character would you play as in KOTOR?
You guys haven't played it, have you?
No, I need
What are the
to.
choices?
Well, you can. I mean, like, there's a lot of different ways to play. Like, you can do light side, dark side, gray Jedi. If you want to be like a gunslinger, you can do that too. But I don't know why you would, because that'd be awful
compared to all the other options.
Yeah, but I know that I would always, like, even if I intended to do light side, I would always end up doing dark side. Like,
I think I'd always be light side.
You'd be a good boy.
No, I think because I think long term, and I know dark side isn't sustainable, and light side is. So, you know, I think from an investor's standpoint,
Oh my god.
I think I'm gonna survive longer being a light side user than a dark side user, because dark side user is basically Wolf of Wall Street, where you're killing shit and you're totally like doing everything you could have possibly imagined, and you're at your full potential for like I don't know how long, like let's just you know, for the sake of this argument, let's say 5 years, as opposed to being a Jedi for 60 years. You know.
Jay Bought guy wants to know if I have a van full of
Yeah,
children.
I was laughing at that comment.
Yes.
You have a van full of children,
Yes,
Zach?
I do.
Oh my god.
You're really gonna tell everyone that now? I thought you were gonna keep that a secret.
Well, they can't prove it.
True.
Wow.
Where did that question even come from? Were we
I don't
talking
know. I was trying to do the same thing. Like,
He even spelled your name wrong. It's Zach with a K, guys. Just so you know, it's not. There's no H.
see ya, Ahsoka
Later,
Tano.
Ahsoka
Thanks for tuning
Tano.
in.
Go save some lives.
Bye, Ahsoka.
He just figured out what happens to Sith and KOTOR too. I didn't. I just assumed. It's kind of obvious what happens to most Sith. You know, they all die.
They live happily ever
Usually.
after.
Sad.
You know,
Hey, Palpatine had a pretty good life. like all in all.
Wait, someone asked.
Game.
I think someone asked on your tab how my documentary Star Wars project is going.
Yeah,
So
I was surprised to hear you even spill some of that insider info earlier that you were talking about.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm
not going to say specifics, but just in general, it's been postponed for personal reasons on a lot of people on the team. But I just burped right into the mic.
Yeah, so you like lean in for that too.
Disgust me.
Hey, shh. But it's postponed to like, I think it's still in development and everyone's still figuring out what they're going to do in the pandemic, because most of the team is located in London, and right now London's like completely locked down and screwed over in terms of COVID. Yeah, as far as I'm concerned, it is. It could have changed today, could have changed a couple of days ago. I haven't checked, but I just know that it's completely like there's new strains and everything. Shit's really awful over there. So, in terms of the development phase we're still in, we're going into pre-production hopefully in like June or over the summer, and then hopefully filming by the end of summer. I don't know. We'll see what's happening. I mean, things could change in the next couple of weeks or so, but that's kind of the update on that. But in the meantime, I'll be editing, doing this, and then working here. As you guys see, I'm getting some lights and stuff for all this, so this background and everything will look a lot better. Also painting that wall black, so
Ooh,
nice, dude.
It'll be cool.
Cat,
you have any more acting jobs coming? Someone wants to know. Nicholas Amador wants to know.
Oh, nice of you to ask. I don't have anything in the pipeline. Just taking a lot of acting classes for the moment, but rest assured, I will definitely, if and when I ever do have anything coming up, I will let you guys know because I'm sure I won't be able to shut up about it. So
yeah, Kat's actually she's being humble. She's actually starring in a film with Natalie Portman, and
I wish.
Sharing the roles.
It's Thor: Love and Thunder.
Yeah, she's literally the acting double for Natalie Portman.
Yeah.
That's kind of what's happening.
Yeah.
She's also going to star in a film alongside Brad Pitt in the new Tarantino film. See what else is she in? She's in a new Nolan film coming out.
Oh my god.
She's actually in Dune. Film. I don't know if you guys knew this. She's in Dune.
Oh my god.
She's playing the monster.
Yeah. I actually have to see the first Dune, and it's a book as well, correct?
Yeah.
Like I had no idea what this was. I had never seen or even heard of the original movie, and then I saw all this hype coming out of nowhere when it was like announced that they announced the cast, or like they dropped a trailer or teaser or something for the upcoming one. And I was like, what is all this like ruckus about with this movie? So like I gotta catch up because it's a stacked cast for like the remake that they're doing. So I need to like get informed about the original one first.
Yeah, you should just like listen to an audiobook of it because it's pretty involved. Like reading it's pretty involved.
Yeah,
I'm like, dude, Zach, I'm like halfway through it now. Like it takes me so long to read a book. It's so tough for me to read a book. Like I'm so ADD and so all over the place. I just perform like visual content over like any other content. But the times I need to just kind of, detract from the screen for a little bit, that's when I read, and that's very rarely.
And you prefer audiobooks?
Yeah.
So you listen?
I listen. I'm a listener.
I'm a good listener.
Yeah.
All my exes can agree.
Well, let's bring them into the call.
And that's where we will segue our new
First up.
Oh my god, if they're watching this, they're probably going to be like, dude, fuck this kid.
Alyssa A wants to know if Ezra could save Ahsoka in the world between worlds, why didn't they save Annie from turning to the dark side? Why didn't Palps use it to change the future to what he wanted? That's a good question. I was really like iffy on the world between worlds when they first announced it because
that's some Christopher Nolan shit right there.
Yeah, I don't like I'm not a big fan of time travel because it complicates, like story wise, it just complicates everything because there's so many loopholes that you create for yourself. But why didn't they save Anakin from the dark side?
My most logical thing I can think of
because
is
he had to destroy the order.
Yeah. I feel like Ahsoka would have known, no, that's not an option. We can't do that. It has to happen.
Yeah, I think even if they wanted to, they didn't have enough time because they had to like.
Yeah, they were like scurrying out of there.
Yeah.
So. I don't even think it crossed their mind, to be
I
honest.
honestly, I don't think she even really would have wanted that order to continue training people. I think in a weird way, like she was happy it happened, but it was upsetting the way it had to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she probably
Yeah, good
didn't want
point.
10,000 people getting murdered.
No, she definitely did. There's a lot you don't know about her. You haven't read all the books. I've read all the books, Zach. You haven't read all the books. I even read Legends.
You've read all the novels.
I read all those things that you
You've read
haven't
all of
read
them,
because I'm actually the lore master. You're not.
And I'm the tribute maker and the trailer maker.
Yeah, you actually are the real editor here. I'm just the lore master. Because don't F with time. Saving Anakin from the dark side would create unforeseen consequences.
Probably, yeah.
She's in the next John Wick. You're in the next John Wick too, Kat? Damn. You're killing
You mean
it.
John Wick 4?
Mm-hmm. You were up in SF and you didn't tell me.
Yeah,
Wow,
sorry.
cool.
It was quick. One day of filming.
Yeah, and you signed an NDA too, and now everyone knows.
I actually played John Wick's body double also.
Like put on a wig and like you wear the suit. And everyone's
I
like,
have to
how come the body double is so much shorter than he is? Like, oh, just don't pay attention to that. How come she looks nothing like him?
She's agile. She can move around. Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay, so Kat, you got to jump from this building to that building. You're like, okay.
No problem.
Well, you don't have a wire, by the way. Okay.
You're paying me for this? Okay.
All right.
Squid Ink
What else we
Productions.
got?
What is your favorite story arcs in the Clone Wars?
Another
Another
Darth
good
Maul
question.
getting his legs. Oh, anything
a
with
good
Darth
one.
Maul is just that's got to be the highlight of it for me.
Obi-Wan and Satine. My favorite. I think that's like my favorite and most heartbreaking thing for me in Star Wars, I think. Overall.
That does hurt.
I think that's my favorite romance too, is Satine and Obi-Wan. Because it's like not necessarily like forced or over the top. It's just it feels natural and it feels like there's a lot of history there that we don't know about. And you can just feel it, and it's gritty, especially coming from Obi-Wan. You can see like someone who's like so stoic.
Yeah.
Had to have like an emotional reaction to like every little thing that she does is like so satisfying.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, it just adds a whole new dynamic to his character too. That's great. So sad.
I probably go Siege of Mandalore.
Yeah.
That's probably my favorite. I do like the arc, like you were just talking about it, where Maul kills Satine in front of Obi-Wan. I like that one a lot too. Because tragedy is just
We love the painful ones.
yeah.
Dude, Corey discovered the chat works. What's up, dude?
Welcome in.
Anyway, go ahead.
I was done.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
that's my two.
So Venomous Prime says, Kat, what was your favorite scene from Solo, the Maul cameo?
Yeah, obviously. Everyone knows
that wasn't even a question.
Yeah, no, whenever it comes to Darth Maul, everyone knows that I'm obsessed.
Oh, Mortis arc is good too. That's true.
Mortis arc is good.
I actually didn't like it at first. I thought it was like weird, and then I realized how important or actually how cool it was after I watched it a couple of times. Weirdly, because I remember I knew about the Mortis arc. I actually didn't watch Clone Wars when I watched the Chosen One tribute from Heroes Fan Productions. I was watching it. I was like, "There's all this stuff going on here that I've never seen. I don't know what's going on." And then I realized some of it was like, like the Mortis arc that everyone was talking about. And when I watched through it, I was just kind of like, this seems very non-Star Wars-y or kind of weird. But then I realized like it's kind of cool the fact that they kind of knew what was going to happen ahead of time and it still happened because at the end of the day, like fate or whatever. Sometimes if it is your destiny, it's inevitable. I don't know. There's a lot of little things about that Mortis arc that really added a lot more depth to Star Wars, along with most of stuff in the Clone Wars.
I'm gonna get a lot of hate for this, but I'm not a huge fan of the Mortis arc. I've always felt
unpopular opinion.
It was a little overrated. Yeah, okay. I don't know. Like, I just felt like it was being like weird for the sake of being weird, and like
that's what I thought at first too. I actually ended up liking it though.
I've watched it like several times, and I still don't feel differently about it. Like, it's not bad. It's good. I just don't think it's like among the best arcs. I think it's probably at the bottom of the top 10 for me. But But yeah, it just doesn't do it for me, honestly. There are better ones, I think.
I agree.
But I do like. I was about to mention this. I like the Umbara arc as well.
Oh, someone just said that
Oh,
right
did
now.
they?
I was like, I'm surprised none of them said the. Wait, what? Umbra? Is it
Sorry.
Umbara.
Umbara arc.
Umbara. Yeah, the Umbara arc's great. I
Mhm.
think that's like Rex's best arc for sure. Like
Oh, yeah.
we really get to dive into his character.
People are saying the Krell arc. I hated that one.
That's the Umbara arc.
That was the planet. The planet was
Yeah,
Umbara.
they're on Umbara.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't watch that for Krell. I watch it for them getting.
yeah. I didn't
Krell.
like. I think the fact that they made me hate a Jedi was probably is what makes it actually pretty good.
Yeah,
Dude, I couldn't stand that dude.
he really was annoying.
Dark Disciple. Have you read Dark Disciple?
I have.
Is
It's
it good?
excellent. It's excellent. It's
good?
probably my favorite canon Star Wars novel.
I do want to read that one because that has like closure for
Oh.
Ventress's character, correct?
Yeah.
The Clovis arc.
I bet you liked that one, Alex.
I love that one. Oh my god, I love that one. That it's heavily in the tribute.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
Oh,
dude.
I hate how he says Padme. He's like Padme.
yeah.
Close is like Padme.
Oh yeah, he's all like proper and
It's
and whatever.
Padme. Quit.
Padme.
Oh my god.
Yeah, no, I loved. Oh, dude, the Clovis arc is so good because like Anakin's just like sitting there, like, dude, fuck this guy. And like I feel like there's so many situations where like growing up in high school, you see like your crush with like this dude that you hate. There's just so many times where you see that, or you see like the case where like she's your girlfriend and like she's hanging out with like this dude who's like super wealthy or whatever, and you're just sitting there like, dude, why is she hanging out with him? Or you have like those weird insecurities in your first relationship, or even like later down the road, you still have those same insecurities. And like I feel like that's just so relatable for a lot of people. Maybe it's not, whatever, but at least for me, I was like, dude, I could totally feel for him, and I totally would have done what he would have done in that situation. Especially if it was Padme. I mean, come on, I'd kick his ass too.
Yeah.
Ahsoka's final arc. No Night Sisters. What do you guys think about the Night Sisters actually before we go into Ahsoka? You guys
Oh,
like the
they
Night
are
Sister
great.
stuff?
Yeah.
I wish they did more
Mhm.
Night
Yeah.
Sister stuff.
Yeah, I agree.
Like they kind of start touching on it, and then Grievous shows up and kills them all. And it's
Yeah.
okay, they're all gone. Like
Sad.
that's why I like. I think her name's Marin from Fallen Order. I think she's
Yeah.
very like she has a lot of potential because she's a Night Sister and she's like the last of her kind, quote unquote. And looking forward to seeing where the game goes with her.
When can we expect that? Jedi
I would
Fallen Order Part
Guess
2?
in like the next year or two, probably
I hope.
2022.
A lot happening in 2022.
Yeah.
That's when we're getting Kenobi, correct? And Mando season 3.
It's gonna be
Are we getting
year.
it first quarter,
The
2022?
Batman.
Or are we getting it like May 4th next year?
Gandalf, my friend, this is going to be a year to remember.
What is the famous meme of like, Sam, you've taken your first step?
Oh
Or
yeah,
whatever.
every time Sam takes a step, he says
It goes
this
back
is-
to that
Yeah.
fucking scene. What does he
Yeah.
say though exactly? Do you remember
If I
verbatim?
take one more step, not verbatim, but like it'll be the farthest I've ever been from home or something like that.
It just makes like the movie like 5
10
hours.
11 hours. It's
long.
already a
Yeah.
long movie.
Oh my god.
Oh goodness.
I want to see Maul and Vader fight.
They fought in a comic. It's not canon anymore, but they
Yeah.
fought in a comic.
What would be a situation where they would? Like why would
They-
Maul even want to come close?
If they ran into each other hunting down Kenobi.
They almost fought. I believe Filoni said
Oh.
that they were almost gonna fight in season 2 of Rebels, and like instead of Vader versus Ahsoka, but then they decided to not have that.
Oh,
happen.
Vader and Ahsoka is so much better.
Yeah.
I don't
But, like,
I don't mind.
yeah, like that's emotional. Maul versus Vader would just be cool.
Yeah.
The Martez sisters arc is the best Clone Wars arc. I don't know if that's a joke or not, but
I did see actually something that kind of helped to put things into perspective on Twitter. Like someone was like, people just hate on the Martez sisters arc because it was in the final season. If it were anywhere else during, the duration of the show, it would have been a little more respected, maybe. Like
I think you're right. I think you're right.
I just was a little bit.
Yeah, like it felt out of place in season 7. Maybe is why people hate it.
Exactly.
Yeah, I was like, this is the last season. We only have a couple episodes left.
Like they were forcing diversity or whatever you want to make that argument.
I didn't feel like anything was just forced. When it came down to the season, I was like, I want to see Anakin and Obi-Wan right now. I want to see more of that. Like, this is it. This is the end of their show, and it wasn't. So that's what I was upset about. But I don't know.
Maul has to lose power in the crime world somehow. I mean,
Crimson Dawn is disrupting the Empire, and Vader puts an end to it.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Look at Tom, dude. Tom's killing it in that
that was Tom?
That was Tommy Boy.
Once Jester and Tom said something along those lines. Yeah, I mean, that'd be so cool. Like, really cool fight. Vader would destroy Maul, I think, but yeah, and then that would explain why
he would like
so
run. It would be so funny to see him like running away. Oh,
he totally would.
That'd be so sick though.
No,
like you need to see it.
Maybe that's gonna happen because in Rebels, like Maul's terrified of Vader because he's like, he looks up and then he sees like a ship passing over the holes in the ceiling and he's like, our time's short. Vader's here or whatever, and he's really eager to get out of there before Vader shows up. So
yeah,
I could see it happening. See, you guys have any other questions? I might have a few more.
Let's go through all of yours. Let's just go through all of yours that you have left, and then we'll go through Kat's really quick.
We covered most of mine.
Okay. Mate Poles, I think that's how you say it. Probably not though. What do you think about this George Lucas thing? About him potentially writing 2 episodes of Andor?
Oh, yeah, I remember hearing about that. We were talking about that, right, Zach?
Yeah, I made a video on it.
Oh, that's right.
Not opposed to it. I will say I'm not opposed to it. Why would I be? Like, I'll welcome him back in any capacity as long as they don't stand out because they're just exceedingly better than all the other episodes in the show.
Right.
Like, as long as it doesn't break continuity within the season. Like, maybe if he wrote the final 2, like a finale episode or something like that.
I think yes. I think yes, and more yeses.
1,000 times yes.
1,000 times yes. I don't have anything else to say, but yes, do it. And then if it's good, keep doing it, and then do it again.
I just feel like he needs some finality to like he needs like one last Star Wars project so that people can really appreciate it, because he didn't get the appreciation he deserved back in 2005 when Revenge of the Sith came out. A lot of people were hating on the prequels back then, so I think it would be nice to have like one final project that we can all just appreciate him for one last time, and then he can retire.
I think he's indebted to us to never retire and to keep making us happy.
Poor man.
Not everyone can be him. Then he has to own it, and he has to, really come into his own and just, he's now an indentured servant to his work.
Star Wars fans.
With great power comes great responsibility.
I just want to meet the guy, dude. I just want to like shake his hand and say thank you. That's pretty much it.
I would probably cry if I met George Lucas.
Yeah. I would cease to function.
Like you would just be like sitting there staring at him. He's like, "Are you okay?" You just don't say anything.
Like, no, I'm not okay.
You'd be like, "Can hug me? Yes, no."
Are you good with a handshake? Yeah.
Let's see. The Stanleys. Do you think we'll see Krennic or Thrawn in Bad Batch? I think Krennic would be more likely, because Thrawn at this time isn't super high up in the Imperial ranks. So I think
Krennic is such a cool name too.
I like Krennic a lot.
And I feel like they wouldn't double dip with Thrawn if he is gonna make an introduction into the live action realm in upcoming, shows or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know. Not that I would care. I love Thrawn. But I would also want to see Krennic. He's such a great character.
Yes, Queen. Yes. Oh, did you just answer that question on the chat?
About what?
About Krennic and Thrawn?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So there's nothing else on the community tab?
Oh, that was on this one. No, I just saw that one, so I answered it. Let's see what else. We got that one. We got that one. Colin H wants to know which Star Wars character is your favorite, and in your opinion, which is the worst one. And he also wants to know if you've ever watched a Star Wars movie in a foreign language. He says he's from Germany, and he watched all Star Wars movies and series in English as well.
Oh.
I have not watched a Star Wars movie in another language, but I imagine it's probably interesting.
The only thing I've watched is, I believe, that compilation of Vader saying no or screaming no in different languages. And like the French one is so much better and like more emotional. I'm gonna like rewatch it after this. That's the extent of the foreign Star Wars.
I don't know. Like I really didn't like any of them.
Now I want to listen to it.
I don't think they should have had him say no. I think that if they had this like guttural scream, maybe, or like but like I don't know why they no.
See, I could share screen and like play it right now, but I don't want to fuck up the stream because I'm such an amateur at this. So yeah.
You guys hear me listening to that?
No.
Okay. I'm listening. The French version of Vader's no is way better.
I don't know. I don't like any of them.
It is better.
No.
Because he like screams it from his soul and like, yes, like your wife, your love, the whole reason that you're in this situation is gone and you failed. Like, oh, it is better. It's better. That's the extent. We're totally not addressing the actual question though, which is who's our favorites versus least favorite Star Wars characters.
Well, I already said mine is Vader.
True.
What about you guys?
Everyone knows mine is Darth Maul, but also
everyone knows mine's Kenobi. At least I think. And speaking of Kenobi, that Kenobi account that just keeps asking about my Obi-Wan tribute. Dude, he even just posted. Dude, I don't know, man. Like, I don't think I'm gonna do one for a very long time. I did the concept trailer, and that was about it. I'm gonna be doing other things. I don't know if I'm gonna be doing an Obi-Wan tribute anytime soon. So I don't know if it's a meme or just a joke. The negotiations was short. Hell yeah, it is. Yeah, dude, Obi-Wan's my favorite, man. I've done 2 already. I don't really want to do another one. Plus, I just can't stand seeing Satine dying over and over again anymore. I need to take a break from that. Honestly. Yeah. So I'm just doing Anakin now.
Yeah. Who's your guys' least favorite? Zach, I wanted to know your answer from the poll that you provided. Because I try to do the polls every time I see them, and then I'm like, I could not answer that one. It was tough.
I mean, I don't really like truly hate a Star Wars character like burning like hatred. Mm-hmm. I just really dislike Holdo's portrayal in The Last Jedi because pretty much just the way she was portrayed. Like it tries to make it seem like Poe is the one who screwed up, but like really all she had to do was imply that she had a plan instead of implying that she had no plan. Like all she had to do is say like, listen, Poe, like I know you're concerned about the situation, but we have a plan and you just have to trust us. But instead she acted like she didn't have a plan, and then that's what caused Poe to like commit mutiny. So like that just really infuriated me because it was just bad writing, I think. But I have heard that her portrayal in I think one of the Leia books was better. So maybe if I read that at some point, my opinion will be different.
Yeah.
Who's the worst character?
I think now that we were talking about it, Krell, like that's a Star Wars character.
Let's do only live action first, and then we'll do animation.
Only live action. The Codebreaker guy, I guess. I don't know. Like this is hard.
That's a good one.
He's an annoying character.
He is.
Because it's disappointing because Benicio del Toro is amazing and he gets introduced. I'm like, yes, this guy is cool. He's on board. Like, get him on our team. And then he totally just falls through, and it's just so disappointing because I was like, I thought he was cool. So,
he never shows up again. It's just like he's gone.
Exactly. So I guess I would say that his character, the Codebreaker.
What about you, AD?
I feel like it would have to be from the sequel trilogy. Because I don't necessarily hate any characters from the prequels or from the originals.
Dude, it better not be Babu Freak. Babu Freak is.
Yeah,
Dude,
please
Babu
don't.
Freak is the
I
best
love
character.
Babu Freak.
He's special. He's adorable.
Babu Freak is the reason why Star Wars exists.
He should have been a sequel regular. Like, oh, adorable.
He created the Big Bang that created the Star Wars universe.
Yeah.
Babu Freak is Plagueis.
You guys don't realize that he's actually a Sith Lord. No.
It's like Jar Jar all over again.
Oh God,
Oh,
he's the
God.
worst. Yeah, like because like I base worse off of just overall terrible writing and just a terrible character and terrible portrayal. So it's like if there's a character that you're supposed to hate, that you then hate, but you're supposed to hate him, I don't necessarily make that a bad character.
I agree.
You know, so like there people were making a good point in the chat about how Krell was written like you're supposed to hate him. Like I said, like he's a good written character and I hate him for all the right reasons. I don't hate him because he's a terrible character. You know, he's a good character, but I hate him still. You know, that makes sense. It's a different kind of hate.
Mm-hmm.
You love.
I'd have to either go with Holdo or Rose just because they're unnecessary and a lot of it is just infuriating to me. Surrounding not only everything that they say, but their on-screen presence is just fucking annoying.
Yeah, T Money is making a good point. He says the codebreaker functioned just to betray the team like Lando in Empire Strikes Back, but with no character development or other appearances. That's the kind of thing that like when people say like, oh, The Last Jedi did things so differently, like on one, like sure they did do some different things, but like it's really similar to Empire Strikes Back when you like really examine it. Like you have like the whole movie's a chase scene basically, just like Empire Strikes Back. You have the very Hoth-esque battle at the end, just like Empire Strikes Back, and then like there's just a lot of elements from Empire Strikes Back in that movie, along with some from Return of the Jedi. So it's like it's not this radically different thing in some regards that some people claim it to be. But that was just a tangent that I went on.
We can never seem to get through anything without coming back to The Last Jedi.
I think, dude, are you guys active in like, you know, my type of niche and like community? I know Kat is. I don't know why I asked if you guys are. I know Kat is, but I don't know if Zach watches like channels that are like mine that make tributes and everything. Do you?
I don't.
Okay, I was gonna ask, like, in terms of like those creators, what are some videos that pop up in your mind? Because I was actually just watching a ton the other day that I've never seen or that I've seen recommended that I never clicked, and I just decided to do it because they're in my niche. I might as well see my competition. Just kidding. Like Ilya TS is just a masterclass.
Amazing. And he's
I
like
was,
an 18-year-old kid.
Dude, I didn't know that. I messaged him on Instagram to see if he wanted to do something because dude, this kid, like, he's I think he's from like the same area that Benny is too. And all those kids are those 17, 18, 19 creatives are just amazing. Well, the ones from Holland, the ones from Norway, the ones from all that whole area just is breeding these incredibly talented kids. I don't know what's in the water over there, but it's just crazy. By the way, Drunk 3PO says Zach looks like Kylo Ren.
I get that all the time now. Like it's just
really?
I let my hair grow, and all of a sudden this is what happens. I don't know. Like I don't know how to.
You just need to turn into a beefcake.
Because some people think he's a very attractive human, and then others are like
it depends on the camera angles and the lighting.
Poodle or something.
It depends on the camera and the lighting. I think he's well lit in Star Wars. But there are some films where he's not well lit in. Like in Force Awakens, he looks like beautiful. He looks like a fucking, you know what I mean? So, his complexion is just, you know, everything. Like you don't see the nose, like it hit, like the color, like the lighting hides the nose. Not that he's a bad looking guy regardless, but I'm just saying like there are some camera angles and some some perspectives that make him look so much better.
He also looks like significantly younger in Force Awakens.
Yeah, that too. Yeah,
like he looks like a baby face, and then you like actually look at like a red carpet picture of him, and you're like, that's a 30-something-year-old man. Like, how the heck? Yeah, no, I agree.
So do I look like a well-lit Kylo Ren?
or you need the full setup with a ring light, and then you'll look like a well-lit Kylo Ren.
Everybody knows Kylo Ren doesn't go anywhere without his ring light.
and his camera set up so Ray could see him.
Like, about to kill my dad. About to kill my dad. Let me set up my ring light.
Oh my god!
You just need to get super swole now. Zach.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Ben
have to
Solo.
unsub until he gets a haircut.
Yeah, you're gonna have to get on the same team as my grandma. She keeps telling me to cut my hair. So
You're basically his grandma now, drunk. But anyway, as you know, he likes to hijack the chat. But no, as we were talking about other creators that kind of do what I do in my area, and we were talking about Elliot TS and those young kids. And HFP I think was the one that kind of brought it all into the light. I could be wrong, like because his chosen one tribute is I think what after that everyone did it that was an editor. If that makes sense, if that's what you guys, if that's what you've noticed, Kat.
I agree. I feel like his is like the staple.
Yeah.
When I first started doing tributes, it was the number one reactions. When I was doing reactions,
Love you, drunk.
It was the number one constantly requested thing. So I agree with that. Are you asking like, do we have videos that stand out to us, or
over the time that you've been on YouTube that you just kind of come across those? If you've seen things recommended, like Darth Porg's another example.
Darth Porg is incredible, and they're such a mystery. Like they never, like I never see them comment like on anyone else's like stuff. Like they just post and then like let
HFP and War Leader and a couple others are pretty active commenters. Same with Terrastone and there's so many honestly that are so talented that like I'd love to collaborate with. I think HFP wanted to do a big collaboration. Like I think you want to do like a 20-minute video with like 5 other creators in the niche. This was like he was talking about this last year. I don't know if he's still trying to do that, but
that'd be amazing.
He said I'll keep you contacted and then we can work it out. But
please do that so I can react to it.
You know how he goes. Like I think once he gets locked into a project, that's all he does for 6 months. Yeah. So and then he posts it. But
I will say his the Path of Skywalker tribute was like life altering. That's one of my like absolute favorites.
The Path or the one that's like 36 minutes?
No, not his latest one. The Path of Skywalker. Yeah, from like, it's an older one. It came out before The Rise of Skywalker, and that one is like, that one has always stands out to me as one of my favorite ones from his portfolio.
His little YouTube portfolio. Yeah, no, I agree. Doo Film is another one that was in the chat that they were talking about. He does a lot of voiceover stuff, right?
Yes. Yeah. Which I liked, which is like different.
It's different. It's unique. It adds his own little like narrative to it, which is really cool.
Yeah. But he will like voice over like narrations from the books, which as someone who hasn't read the books because I'm a failed fan, is nice because it brings in like cool new stuff.
Yeah, good writing. It brings in good writing.
If you read any book, any Star Wars book, I highly recommend the Revenge of the Sith novelization. Like it's so good. Like
because you have the inner dialogue of Anakin, right?
Yeah, you'll appreciate the movie even more. Like it's so good.
I have heard, that one, and I'm pretty sure that's what he narrates from. He does. He did I watched one of his Anakin Skywalker tributes, and I think he took narration from that book, and I was like, oh my god. So I should probably. I do want to read that, but also like Dark Disciple, like you got me wanting to read that too, just for like the closure of Asajj and everything. So I need to like get on it. I have so many. Well, I need to read also the Star Wars books that I already have. I have a Darth Bane one. I have a Darth Maul one. Like I need to start.
I just want to be an editor for Disney or Lucasfilm at one point, just to say I worked on a Star Wars project. Yeah. That's like my big thing.
You technically kind of are.
Yeah, but not directly, like not with like a feature film or a fictional series, you know, like I'd love to be involved however I could with that.
Hey, whenever you get that hookup, set me up, please.
AD edits, what are your thoughts on the 2003 Clone Wars series? Is that the one with Samurai Jack animation?
Yes.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah, I like it a lot.
I think it's pretty cool. Are there any other pressing questions or anything else that we haven't covered on our thing?
I think we cleared through the community tab. Wait, there might have been one more that I saw.
I think we'll do that and then we'll wrap up here pretty soon.
There, I have two. Venomous Prime wants to know, how excited are you for the Acolyte?
Oh, I think he commented that on mine too. I'm really excited for that. I'm hyped for all of those new projects that they announced.
Is that's 100 years prior? What is that?
I think so. Yeah, it's like at the end of the High Republic.
Bro, create your own. Your stuff is amazing. Dude, I would make my own fan film if I had like the budget. Like I could maybe get like, 100, 200K maybe to make a fan film, but it's like, then it wouldn't look good. Like if I'm gonna get involved in a Star Wars project, I want it to look, as good as it possibly can. Not to throw any shade at Theory, because Theory is amazing in that he did what he did, but like even $1 million doesn't cut it, for it to look the way I want it to, because it just I think the only exception where it's weird for me was that episode of Boba Fett that looked extremely fan film ish with a super high budget, which I don't think I'd ever. I still don't understand how it looked the way it did with how much money they had for that episode. But as far as like, Star Wars Theory, I think it was like an expensive ass budget that he had for those films, and I think a lot of it just didn't have the look and whatever that I would want personally to put my name on. So that's kind of why I wouldn't want to get involved with anything like that. If it's like animation or whatever, that's different. That's where I'd probably be down to maybe do something like that. Like Theory's most recent Windu thing was super sick. I think that's what he should keep doing. I think the live action stuff is so hard to make look super good to Star Wars standards. And I know it's not expected to look as good as Star Wars standards films and everything, but it's like the idea that Star Wars kind of paved the way for a lot of filmmakers, just paved the way for filmmaking in general, to kind of provide like kind of a lackluster looking fan film just for the sake of making a fan film because you love the films, just doesn't resonate well with me unless I have the huge budget and talented people to do it personally. So that's my thoughts on that. I don't know. I just think that if I'm gonna do anything live action, I need gnarly budget, a good team, and Kat to play Padme.
please give me a job. No, I know what you're saying. It's kind of the curse of, Star Wars. It's like.
But thanks for that, Drunk. I appreciate that, man. Sorry to interrupt, Kat.
No, it's fine. It's just exactly what you're saying. Any budget that is not a Disney/Lucasfilm budget will always inherently look, have
it's
that
it's not, and again, I'm not saying like, look, guys, I'm not saying Shards of the Past was bad at all. Like it was good, it was great, but it in no way looks or presents the way that I would want mine to look, and I know that I couldn't do any better than that. Granted, how much money he spent, so that's why I'm saying what I'm saying. Like if I had like millions of dollars at my disposal, that would be different, then I'd probably try to get involved somehow and get like the best directors, the best cameras, all that kind of stuff. I know in essence nowadays the camera doesn't necessarily matter as much, but there's just the look that he had in his fan films, his live action fan films, I'm not a huge fan of. Even though a lot of it is brilliantly executed and they're good, they're just not as good as I would want for me to put my name on it and to release a film, if that makes sense.
You want it to look like Star Wars.
I want it to look like Star Wars, if that makes But I don't want it to come across like I'm throwing shade at Star Wars there. I'm throwing shade at his fan film, or I'm saying that what he did was bad. I'm not saying that at all. It's just I can't express like how I would want mine to look.
It's like if you're gonna make one, you want it to be
like the standard.
Tier.
I wouldn't want it to look to be like, I don't want to be like, oh, it's good enough. I don't ever want to say that. I want it to be like, this is, prime real estate. This is blockbusters.
Indistinguishable from a Star Wars movie.
Yeah, exactly. Like I think there are a couple of fan films that use the actual cameras, but it's just the CGI that lacks. That's different, I want it to look and feel and have all the effects and have everything perfect. Whether that's $10 million for literally 5 minutes or 6 minutes, which is probably what it's going to be, then so be it. I don't want to spend $100,000 for a 30-minute fan film that I just can't watch because it's just it takes me out of it because I can't stand the CGI effects, or I can't stand, you know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Just the little things like that. But there was a question here. I'm going to go fucking scroll up from Drunk. He said, have you guys seen how angry Star Wars fans are at Lucasfilm at the moment? Go look at the official Star Wars YouTube channel. Look at the ratios. Yeah,
You know what we're talking about.
we just talked about that like in the beginning about how crazy all of that is. I didn't realize it would stir that much hate over Gina.
And that it's still ongoing. You know, it's kind of unlike other Star Wars drama that usually fizzles out a little bit, like after a week or so, but this has been an ongoing thing.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I mean, do you have a couple? You had another question there, Zach, didn't you?
Sorry, my dogs are barking. I live in a zoo. Somebody wants to know, this guy wants to know our thoughts on WandaVision.
I only saw the first episode like yesterday.
Oh, you have to keep watching. You have to keep going.
Yeah.
You go first, Zach.
Okay, so I didn't like the first 2 episodes because I don't like sitcoms. Like I really don't like sitcoms. It's one of my pet peeves. It's just something about them I don't like. So the first 2 episodes were super sitcom heavy. Didn't like them. I almost stopped watching the show. But like beyond the first 2 episodes, I think it's incredible. Like I'm really enjoying it. Very different than anything we've seen in the MCU so far.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm really liking it.
I agree 100%. I'm very glad that I kind of waited until there were like 5 or so episodes out before I started watching it, because I knew I was so just confused by the marketing and advertising, and I was like, I need to just see what other people are saying, because right now this isn't piquing my interest because I have no idea what is the premise is. Like, it was just so vague and confusing, and I'm glad that I waited to watch, because I'll say the first couple episodes are like definitely are underwhelming, and I don't think they were worth the hype and everyone's saying, oh my god, this show is like the most amazing thing ever. But I don't think that's the case for like the first few episodes, and I definitely would have been irritated like waiting a week in between each of those, because they just weren't my favorites. But I'm glad I saved them all so I could binge more. It's way better when you're able to like binge and watch everything come to fruition, and like everything, you know, the plot transform and the plot thickens. So I still have to watch this week's episode, so I'm like very excited. But yeah, no, I'm loving it. I think it's good.
Yeah, you got to watch it, AD.
I will. Everyone's been most of my close buds are all telling me to watch it. And I'm like, yeah, I know, but it's Marvel, and I usually don't get too hyped about Marvel. But then I was like, wait, it's different, and it's actually kind of funny. And I was like, okay, I'll do it. And
it is not like a
and
typical...
I watched the first episode and I liked it. I just have to watch it. I realized I didn't watch Narcos season 3. I watched 1 and 2, you know, where Escobar dies, and I stopped watching it. So I've just been binging season 3 for like the past like week. So now I need to get back onto the binge of WandaVision. So right. I definitely will.
So we got a few more. T Money Sartwell wants to know, what is your favorite moment of Star Wars of all time?
I know.
Favorite moment of Star Wars.
If it's a moment and not a scene, it is Revenge of the Sith. When it's flashing back and forth between Battle of the Heroes, Kenobi versus Anakin, and then it flashes to Yoda like touching down on one of the senatorial pods, and he looks up at Sidious, and Duel of the Fates starts playing.
Oh, that's a good one.
That gets me every time. That one gets me every time.
That is my favorite. Oh god.
Oh yeah, it's the fucking apex of that song too that plays. Mm-hmm. It's like the second chorus. It's not the first chorus, it's the second one. So it's like already heated up, and it just plays right through when Anakin starts fucking cruising through.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Dude. Oh, that one's so good. I actually get goosebumps every time I watch that when I think about it. I would have to say my favorite scene is Vader talking to Luke when he says, "Let me look on you with my own eyes." Oh. I think that's my favorite because you see his eyes, and his eyes are so close to Anakin's eyes when he says goodbye to Obi-Wan in Revenge of the Sith. Just the way he looks just reminds me of Anakin Hayden, you know. So I think that just has a good kind of crossover. It's a good crossover moment, not only for editing, because I would know, but it just has like that. Oh, it just feels, it's like so sad. Like I love sad stuff. I hate
Clearly.
happy stuff. I hate stuff that's like life is good. Everyone's so happy. You know what I mean? I love stuff that's like, tragic, but because of the tragedy, you grow and you learn and you become a better person. I love stuff like that. Like, I think there's a lot of people don't realize, like, a lot of people like to escape into things that are only make them happy. Whereas for me, like, I don't find solace in that. I find if other people are suffering, just like, I suffer a lot emotionally and mentally, in my own life, just with things like I've worked very hard for a lot of things and I've struggled in a lot of things. And I think that seeing other struggles, helped me relate better and immerse better in film. So, you can call me Edgar Allan Poe, whatever, but I just find solace in those moments. Like, it's like tragic and upsetting. Like, I love being upset and sad because it makes me know that other people feel the same way that I do sometimes, as opposed to just seeing people happy all the time, being like, well, why can't I be like, you know what I mean? I don't know. Maybe I'm just fucking, insane, but
No,
I like that scene more than anything because it's just so me. And it's like, I don't know. Like, death is a natural part of life, just move on. Like, you'll be stronger. I don't know.
That's a good one. My favorite is right when Luke enters the carbonite chamber and then Vader like turns the lights on and like you hear Vader breathe and he's like, the force is with you, young Skywalker, but you're not a Jedi yet. Because
That's
I
one
had
of my
this
favorites.
Yeah, I love that line. And we have a Christmas ornament that like it's electronic and it plugs into the lights. And every morning when the timer comes on and the Christmas tree turns on, it's and it's just Vader standing in there, and it's so cool. And like, it's been my favorite Christmas ornament forever. And so whenever I see that in a movie, it just reminds me of it and Christmas and Star Wars. And it's like, oh, I love that scene. I love that moment from that scene.
I totally had a mental lapse, but Spider-Man just said, so my favorite moment, other than what Kat said, is the scene between Anakin and Padme, in the scene in ROTS where Anakin sits in the council chambers where we see his internal conflict and subtlety. It's very Romeo and Juliet-esque, and it's just, dude, the music that plays in that scene is the reason why I love that scene so much.
The music is good.
It's so haunting and so it's so perfect. And I'm mad that I totally forgot that, because that might be, my close like second or third favorite scene in Star Wars, just because of how it was filmed and how it was shot, and the intention behind it is obviously Romeo and Juliet, Capulet and Montague, obviously, because he loves Shakespeare. He was totally in that whole thing. But I think in terms of shot and editing, I love that scene along with the music, because that track I think is probably, I don't know. I think it's definitely in my top 5 for sure. All-time favorite Star Wars tracks. Just Padme's Ruminations, I think it's called. But yeah, Tom says you love that scene too.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, I used to find that scene kind of cringe, not gonna lie.
Aww. But it's like, it's
been a
cringe on purpose though. Like, it's what it is. Like
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I know no one necessarily does that in real life, but that's not the point. It's like the intention and like the deep connection to Shakespeare.
Yeah,
and
that's what
it shows how George Lucas's style. I don't know. There's a lot of
Yeah.
beautiful things about that scene that aren't like, you don't look at it, face value. You think of like the deeper meaning behind it.
Yeah, no, I've always loved the insinuation of Padme and Anakin's, connection there in that scene. And, I like to feel like the Force is with her in that scene and everything. Like, she's having a moment of connection with the Force and everything too, because he is, I don't know. It's not my favorite scene. He knows this. He's just trolling.
You watch that scene and you think, like, obviously they can't see each other, but I think they can sense each other just like anyone, who has connection with someone can. There's that whole, you're connected that way. It's like, whether that literally means you're connected that way and when each other look, or you can feel it and you just are looking the same direction as each other without even knowing it. There's a lot of little things about that scene that are so good. You can look at it in so many ways. So it's like, look at it in the way that's good for you.
Yeah.
That way I don't have to give you shit for not liking it.
Ignore the cringe. And
I think, the best part of that scene for me is, I think it's when Anakin decides what he has to do. Like, it's when he makes the decision. It's not when he's standing in front of Mace and like he's already made his decision by that point. Like he makes his decision staring out at where Padme is, and that's what I like about the scene. It might be a little over dramatic and whatnot, but I think the intent of the scene I like a lot.
Well, I think what's so good about it is there's no dialogue.
Yeah.
You know, it's just emotions and like showing, not telling, which is like so strong in that scene. And I think they should have done a lot more of that. If you really look at Star Wars, it seems like George Lucas really likes to do the whole kind of walk away, shoulder turn, look back. You know what I mean? If you know what I mean, like he likes to do that a lot. So you see a lot of that to tell story, to tell how he's feeling. So I think maybe if there's a little bit less of that, it would have made that scene probably a little bit more stronger. But that's just, you know, an editor's nitpick that I didn't see. But my favorite is Boba taking the throne on Tatooine. Gave me Game of Thrones vibes.
That is a good one.
What if the hut they do like the whole like it's like King's Landing, like Tatooine is like King's Landing, and they're like the center of the whole world because the Huttese actually rule a lot more than we think, and that they have the different clans and they go deeper into like that thing and they make it like a Game of Thrones type of vibe, which could be interesting.
It's Game of Thronesy.
But I don't know if that would work. I don't know if like because they a lot of the clans are all like gnarly alien species, so it's like that's like a really gnarly budget to make look. You know, at least in Game of Thrones they're all human, so it's like.
Do we know if it's gonna be a limited series or if it's gonna be a series? I don't know if they've said anything about that.
I don't know. My interpretation is limited series, but I don't know. I'm not sure.
I hope it's a series.
I think what people are saying, or at least what I'm interpreting people are saying, is each series is part of the Mandalorian, and it just builds off of like the first two seasons were Din. The next two seasons are Boba. The 2 seasons after that are maybe Bo-Katan. And you know, like something like that. Like they were doing like the Mandalorian is literally going to be the Mandalorians. So maybe that's something. And then like within each of those stories, there's going to be cameos that relate to the story before or something. I don't know.
But they're like
that's what I see people are talking about, and I don't know if that's just a theory or if
I think it's wrong because they're doing a Mandalorian season 3. It's coming out after the Boba Fett season. So I don't think.
Yeah, but what if? Okay, well I know, but like, what if that season 3 is like what if we ignore that comment and say season 3 is going to cover Bo-Katan more now, or like it's not gonna literally directly relate to Din's story anymore because it kind of concluded in that sense, and they're not going to follow Din as much as they will maybe show Bo-Katan more. Like Din will now be the side character to Bo, maybe fighting over the throne at this point or something.
I think he's got a lot of story left. I think the whole Mandalore thing.
No, I'm not saying he doesn't, but what if like the
focus changes?
I don't think it will. I think it's his show.
Yeah. I kind of agree.
Unless Pedro gets canceled or walks out.
Well, there's all that stuff now saying now that he's signed for The Last of Us that apparently that is taking precedent over.
Yeah.
Which is sad. I'm like happy for him, but sad now that it could jeopardize like Mandalorian.
I don't know that it'll jeopardize Mandalorian. I just think that he'll be on set less and he'll have to do more voiceover work. Like kind of like season 1. He did that a lot with season 1. But yeah, that would suck if he gets canceled or quits.
Let's hope not.
All right. Is it next question?
Or
last question?
You want to do one more?
One more, and then we can ask the chat if there's anything last minute,
okay.
And then we can conclude it.
Team Money Sartwell also asks, what would be your dream Star Wars show or movie?
We were kind of talking about this.
Like Tarantino?
Yes. Oh, wait. Yes. Okay. That's it. Yeah. I want an R-rated Quentin Tarantino directed Star Wars film that has just a buttload of Sith and Jedi or whatever. Just lightsaber fights that are gruesome and R-rated and gnarly and violent. That's what I want to see. Just a full movie of Vader hallway scene, like to the max. Yeah.
I'm down.
To the moon.
Yep.
Doge going to the moon.
Oh my god.
All right. I'm like fading in and out.
Touch
So let's
on this though, because you guys were talking about like a Clone
Yeah, we talked
Wars.
about this in the podcast, so
Yeah.
we'll just leave that
Movie.
for the podcast. But if there's any other questions, just drop them right now, and then we'll conclude it from there.
This is your last chance.
This is your last chance.
Ask us anything before it's too late.
And then you'll never get to ask
As if we're
anything
never
ever
gonna do
again.
this again.
This is the last thing we ever do.
Our
We're
first
heading
and
off
last
to Mars
podcast.
tomorrow.
Yeah.
We're going with the homie Musk. You know.
Elon.
Yeah, Kat, how do you do these like 5-hour streams?
I really was exhausted after that, like 5.5.
You did a
hours.
Night Owl 2-1. I mean, you did. Oh, God, I'm not even wording things right. You did a Night Owl 1-2, right? Where it was
Yeah,
like,
Night
Yeah.
Owl 2-1.
dude, I am exhausted.
Yeah. The night owl ones are fun though, because everyone knows that I just lose my filter and I'm not entirely coherent, so it's like justified, you know. But yeah, the
Yes
five
and
the 5.5
no.
hour one took it out of me. I don't like. I want to do another one of those again really badly.
We
but
could do
like,
a
that was
marathon
lot.
stream, but it would have to be like 11 to 5. It can't be like 5 to 10 because I'd kill myself.
Yeah.
I'd probably fall asleep on stream.
We're getting questions. Charlie wants to know our favorite song in
Do you
Star
think
Wars.
sand is coarse and rough?
Duel of the Fates. Everyone
Do
knows
I
love
think
that one.
I think sand is coarse and rough?
I like Ahsoka's theme. Ahsoka's
Yeah.
theme is one of my favorites. I love the
Um,
wind instrument. I think it's like I don't know exactly what instrument it is because I only took 1 year of
Actually-
band in high school, but or not
I
even in high
did-
school, middle school.
I did 2 years in middle school. I played the saxophone.
Oh,
I was
Kenny
third
G.
chair. I was third chair. I was really good.
Look at
Jazz
you.
master. Look at you.
I was percussion.
Verify, dude. This whole verify it's you thing is gonna piss me off forever. I made a video a long time ago about my favorite tracks, and I was actually gonna go through it, and I can't because I'm locked out of my account. So great. Okay, let me think.
I feel like I've heard you say Across the Stars.
That's
No, that's not my favorite. That's one of them.
it's the Cantina song.
No, that's like top 20. Honestly, I like it, but it's not. Prequel stuff hits harder for the most part. So there's Duel of Fates, Battle of the Heroes, Padme's Ruminations, Across the Stars is matched with Battle of the Arena, which is the Jedi Temple March song,
Mm-hmm.
and the Jedi Temple March song. I think that might be my favorite. What else? Oh, Jedi Fury, which is the Luke versus Vader Return of the Jedi.
That is a really
Song.
good one.
That's a good one. Mhm.
That one I think is actually my second favorite. I think it goes Jedi Temple March, a Jedi Fury, a Jedi's Fury, and Battle of the Heroes, or Anakin versus Obi-Wan because it's faster.
Yeah.
And then Padme's Ruminations. And then what would be my fifth one? Probably something from. Oh, I actually really like Rey's theme. I don't know if you guys like that. It reminds me of
so
Harry
it's
Potter,
a-
but I love her theme.
She does have a good theme.
I feel like
Her
it
theme
matches
makes
her
me
too.
nostalgic to like the pre-Force Awakens hype.
Yeah. I think a super like obscure and underrated one is from Clone Wars. It's Boba's theme. I don't know if you guys remember that. Like go back and listen to it, but like I really like Boba's like theme that they use.
Is it the one that I put in my edit with like I dubbed over Jango Fett's blaster noise and I used Boba Fett's theme? Is it the dun 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 dun?
No,
Or is it a different
no.
theme?
It's
Is it,
like
it's a different theme?
It's like this a woman singing like some kind of operatic thing.
Oh,
or something.
really?
Not it's different, and I like it. I like it a lot, but it's super obscure because
Ooh,
it's
Anakin's Dark Deeds.
yeah,
That
that's
is
forgot
a
about that
really
one.
good one. All of them. All of them.
Thrawn's
of them.
theme's good as well. I like Bastila's theme from Knights of the Old Republic.
Revan's theme.
Revan's theme's good too. There's just some great music in Star Wars.
I think music is like 30 or 40% of Star Wars.
Oh yeah.
I think if there was none of the music, it wouldn't be such a big cult phenomenon. I think it would be big. I think it'd probably be like Star Trek. It wouldn't be Star Wars.
Yeah, Star Trek doesn't
Mm.
have iconic music. You're right.
Yeah, but it's huge. It's still big, but it's not Star Wars big.
You're gonna
So-
upset some Star Trek fans.
Star Trek Trekkies know it's not as big as Star Wars. Come on.
Hmm?
It's like Pepsi.
Yeah.
Like I like Pepsi, but I like Coke better.
Yep.
Dude, Pepsi and Coke are like literally like in the same field though. Like Star Trek and Star Wars. Like Star Wars is like you don't see Star Trek feature films breaking blockbuster records. You just
No.
don't. So there's no way they can be like they're related, but they aren't Pepsi and Coke, in my opinion. I feel like it's more like Dr. Thunder and Dr. Pepper. They're both the same thing, but Dr. Thunder is like the Dollar Tree version of it, if that makes sense.
Oh, you are really gonna offend some
I don't think
Trekkies.
Star Trek's that like Star Trek.
It's not
Yeah,
bad, but
I
it
like your-
doesn't make anywhere near the amount of money that Star Wars makes.
No, it's still like it though.
Yeah.
It's
yeah, but we're talking
probably-
about like we're bringing GDP into it now too. Like, there's no way it's anywhere near Star Trek. I mean Star Wars. Fuck.
Yeah.
No,
I don't
Pepsi
know.
and Coke are not on the same level. Coke is, I think, bigger than Pepsi. I think that's like
They are definitely on the same level.
I mean, they're in the same field, but like Coke is.
Coke makes probably significant more money
That's what I mean.
now.
It's like a bigger.
I'm not actually. You know what? I'm not even talking about like what the product tastes like. I'm just talking about like in general, like I guess the public knowing about it and if they're gonna go and buy Pepsi or Coke. I feel like I see a lot of Pepsi cans, just like I see a lot of Coke cans, but Coke just has a more conglomerate market share of product, I guess.
I think Coke
can
is
say.
more of an icon. I feel
Yeah.
like.
McDonald's.
Yes.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess it makes sense.
Like when you
I
go
love
to a
this
fast
analogy.
food.
Emily's late to the party. Yeah, we're about to end it. So if there's any questions, ask right now, like literally right now.
There have been some more. Let's see.
Even though we said that like 10 minutes ago.
Anakin Skywalker wants to know how long it takes to do my hair. Well, it depends on if it's cooperating or not. Sometimes like 2 seconds. Other times I give up and put a hat on. So
That's great.
Corey Crawford, how would you feel about a Grand Inquisitor or Darth Maul boss fight in Jedi Fallen Order?
Yes, please.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I particularly the Grand Inquisitor because I feel like that's more within Cal's skill. Like I think Maul would wreck him, but I think he can fight the
Yeah.
Inquisitor.
Dude, did you know?
Yes.
So I from what I'm aware of, at least people in Europe who tried Dr. Pepper, they think it's the worst thing ever.
Yes.
Do you
they
guys like Dr. Pepper?
It's my favorite soda.
It's my favorite soda too.
It's not. I'm more of a Sprite person.
has
But
23
Of course you
flavors.
my sister-in-law is from the Czech Republic, and she like despises.
I feel like you were
our
gonna say
soda drinks because apparently it tastes like their cough medicine. Which makes me
it
jealous.
was medicine originally.
This is true. That's true.
Dr. Pepper was medicine, but there's something about Dr. Pepper that I just love so much more than any other soda because it's not too sweet and it has like a nice little zestiness to it. Kind of like if you're gonna compare root beer too, like Barks is probably my favorite because it has like that little like
Yeah.
different taste than any other root
Mhm.
beer.
Yeah, Dr. Pepper has like a little kick. Like a
Yeah,
little
it has that
kick.
little zestiness to it. Coke has a $204 billion market cap and Pepsi has a $159 billion market cap. So they basically are in the same realm. I didn't realize it was that close. Thanks, Tom.
That's Tom pulling out the facts. Dang.
There was another question here. fuck.
I mean, that's still 40 something billion more for Coke.
Yeah.
Let's not like
Dude,
sweep that
it's-
under the
dude,
rug. Let's
that's
not
a
sweep
lot.
that
but the
under
way
the
you
rug.
were talking about it was like Pepsi's like almost
No.
100 billion, whereas Coke is like 500 billion.
I did not say that. I said
No,
that,
but
Star
the
Trek
way
is
you no,
impressive.
but it's
You
like the
just
way you
made
were
that up.
presenting your argument was
No.
like
I'm saying like Star Trek is impressive, but like it's not on the same level as Star Wars.
I forgot that was our original argument. Oh my
Yeah,
god.
like Star Wars is Coke in this analogy. But
yeah, but Star Trek is not 158 billion. It's like 60 billion.
I really think you're underestimating the
Yeah,
power
Star
of like
Trek's-
Star Trek.
I think
It's
Dude, I
very-
watched Star Trek Discovery the other day, and it's good. But dude, think about how many people are Star Trek fans that you know, and how many people like have either seen Star Wars and are either casual fans or like huge fans. You know what I'm talking about? Like, there's just
Yeah.
something about comparing those two that like just doesn't make any sense to me.
There
in
is
regards of
overlap though. Like there are a lot of Star Wars fans who will resort
Yeah.
to like Star Trek to fill the void.
yeah,
when
but
Star Wars
we're
is dormant.
talking more like cult phenomenon, like what sticks with you and what you would choose to watch or where you would go to watch. Like, would you go to the movie theaters to watch a Star Trek movie over a Star Wars movie? Probably not. I feel like the general public would probably say no too.
I don't know.
I'm not arguing with you. I'm just saying
Wonder if
I
I
don't
can
think the
make a poll.
gap. I don't think the
Can I make a
gap is
poll?
as
Actually,
big.
this would be such a biased stream. I'm not gonna make a poll.
Yeah,
Everyone would
let's
be
make
like,
a
Star
poll on a
Wars.
Star Wars channel.
Yeah. Star Wars or Star Trek?
Oh
Yeah.
my god. But yeah, no, I find that interesting that no one likes Dr. Pepper except for Americans.
Yeah. We're just addicted to sugar over here. That's what
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah, but it's like the least sugary tasting drink.
I don't think I would not classify it.
Like
Any
Sprite is
soda
literally
would.
like sugar water with
Yes.
you know what I mean, with sugar water with it's like a fucking seltzer water with sugar. So it's good, but it's like
I like
that's what it
Sprite.
is.
Sprite's
whereas
my
like
second favorite.
whereas I love Sprite too, but I'm just saying like compared to like Dr. Pepper could have a the same amount of sugar in it, but you wouldn't taste it if that makes sense. Like it doesn't taste like
It's a more sophisticated sugar.
like you're drinking sugar. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to
Yeah.
get at, you know. This is such a weird conversation.
How did we get here?
Like I said, I forgot what our initial debate was when
Dr.
we got
Pepper is
back to
pretty good,
Star
but
Trek.
Sprite is just way better. I disagree.
Do any of you read the Star Wars comics? I don't really, just there's too much. Like there's just too many of them. And they don't really tell significant stories, honestly. It's like just a bunch of little small things. But do you guys read the comics?
I would like to get into them because I'm a very visual like reader in general. So I feel like comics. I remember the first time I read a comic, it was Marvels and it was Civil War. That was the first comic that I read, and I was like, "This is amazing." And then I never read a comic after that, so I feel like I would like to get back into them.
Yeah,
Maybe.
I used to like the Marvel comics. I used to read like the old Thor comics. I
Yeah.
love Thor comics.
Mm-hmm.
But not really Star Wars, honestly, for some reason, for whatever reason. Like I'd rather read the novels than read the comics.
Yeah,
I don't
that's a
know
good
why,
point.
but
I'm sorry. I don't know why this was so funny to me. It's probably not going to be funny to you. But Tom was like, Star Trek is like Sierra Mist. No one asks for Sierra Mist.
Oh my
I
god!
forgot Sierra Mist is a thing.
Because that's what they give you if they're out of Sprite. Oh my god. Yeah, that's true. It's a good point.
I don't know. I feel like that's more of like Babylon. What's that show called? Like Babylon 500. Like that's more like Sierra Mist. Like Star Trek is more like Sprite.
Yeah, maybe. I'm saying, like I feel like we're biased because
Dude,
I
it
know
shows
that
you how
this-
loyal my friends are. My friends are texting me. They're like, hey, what are you doing tonight? Or what are you doing right now? And I'm
Why
like,
aren't they
oh,
watching the stream?
if you were watching the stream, you would know what I'm
You're
doing
not
right now.
supporting me.
And they all act like they watch my stuff. Psh.
I'm
I'm pretty sure, actually, Kat, I'm pretty sure the only person, I think you're probably one of the only people that like are actually like one of my friends that I know pretty well that actually watches most of my stuff because you watch it for your channel.
I
But
pressure
I think
you to
I think a
that
lot of my
shit.
friends like say they do, and then they'll be like, oh yeah, I saw that one, and they'll bring up like the Clone Wars trailer. I'm like, dude, that was like 6 months ago.
Oh my
Like I posted
God.
so many things since then. They're like, oh, I got to check. I'm like, so you're not
You're not actively.
yeah. And I don't want to be the guy that's like, hey, dude, watch this. You know, I don't want to be like, yo, look at this new video I made, guys. You know, it's like, watch it, comment and like, you know, and it's
like, comment, subscribe.
I'd rather you come up. And the thing is, I feel like they're all subscribed. I'm pretty sure. So it's like they definitely see it and they just don't click it. So
they don't love you, Alex.
I gotta figure out who my true friends are. Dude. Baja Blast.
That is magical. Baja Blast is in its own other arena.
Oh my god! You know, there was a period of time where I didn't have Taco Bell for like 9 years, and then last year I broke that.
Dude, I hate Taco Bell.
I hate it too. I still hate it, but like I got the crunch wrap and the quesadilla and the other thing, and like I ate that with my Baja Blast, and I was like, dude, this is like crack. This is so bad, and it just goes so well inside of you. Not to sound weird.
Baja Blast, there is nothing natural in that. Every single that is 100% man-made. There is nothing that comes from the earth that is
like
in
Mountain
that.
Dew. Same thing with Mountain Dew.
Yeah.
Mountain Dew is very bad for you.
Yeah.
Oh look, Colin coming after I told them I'm streaming. Where's my Star Wars background, dude?
Yeah, dude.
Okay, you want me to fucking change my background right now?
Yes.
Well, I need to put on the lights.
Should we end off with all of our gross backdrops?
Hold on.
Godspeed, Spider-Man.
Oh, I don't have the filters. I don't have the filters logged on, but I can do that one. Let's just say that's Star Wars.
Which one should I do? Should I do the?
Hold on.
Do the one that got me.
Yes. Oh, you're gonna milk the tea, bro?
Oh my
milk
God.
it.
Look at that beauty.
It's so great.
Oh, oui. Dude, we need to have Renault on this, Zach.
We do.
We should bring him on because he can be like the French view. He can he can just say everything in French and we'll have someone translate it for us, like transcripts.
Anakin Skywalker.
Anakin Skywalker. Like, and by French, it literally just means he has the accent and says English, but we just, yeah.
Don't you guys want to see Anakin slaughter the Jedi in the Jedi Temple? Of course, I want to see that.
In a disturbed way, yes, I guess.
I just want we didn't get a whole lot from the temple in Revenge of the Sith, so I'd like to see more if that's what we're gonna get.
I feel like it would really help solidify like Anakin is gone. Like, holy shit, look at this. Like,
look, I look frozen. I can look frozen when I stand like this one.
Yeah, I was editing one of our latest podcasts and noticed you were like that for 5 minutes while Zach and I were having a conversation. And I actually thought that you had like paused or your screen was frozen. Like, you're not breathing. It's kind of concerning.
Zach, we graduated.
Dude, we're never getting a ceremony. You know that, right?
Don't say that.
We're never getting one.
I know.
I was thinking about that earlier today.
I don't even want one, dude.
That's all I freaking worked for in college. I was like, it'll all pay off when I feel that when I walk across the stage. And moral of the story, don't work that hard in college because you might not get to graduate and it's not going to be worth it.
Yeah, a freaking pandemic will come along and ruin it.
Yeah.
Didn't George Lucas
or no, Alex.
What?
I thought you I thought you were like frozen. Yes.
It's the boy Salacious.
dude, where's the homie though?
Who?
You know who I'm talking about.
Are you talking about Boss Nass?
Oh, damn it. You ruined it. No, that's not even what I was talking about. You should have known who I was talking about, dude. Done fucked up.
Who are you talking about?
I'm talking about the homie.
We've cycled through.
You're gonna have to be more specific. These are the only ones I've got.
Oh, you know, you have to download it, you know, while we I'm surprised you don't wait, I actually forgot his name, that's why. Damn it, the little guy.
Babu Frick?
Yeah, Babu.
How could you forget his name?
Quiet. Shh. I didn't. I remembered it. I don't know what you're talking about. How do I now don't have the the filters option after I just what the hell?
Cycled through every single one of them.
Yeah. Okay, now we're good. You don't have your beret on, Cat, so I'm disappointed.
I'm picking a filter right now.
Uh,
Right now.
But anyway, we were supposed to end this a while ago.
dude, we're degenerates.
That's fun though.
What
After
about the deleted
Shaq
scene when
kicked in.
General Grievous killed Shock T?
I'm honestly glad that was deleted. I don't want to see that.
Dude, she's died like 7 times.
Yeah.
Dude, she got run over too. No, it was Ayla Secura that was supposedly ran over in the original deleted scene. But she was, instead of getting shot and falling over, she like originally got ran over. She literally
Oh my God.
got ran over by one of the big whatever they're called. God, dude, I'm so bad with those things.
We all know what you mean.
Yeah, the ones not the AT. Fuck, I don't know. ATST.
The one with like 6 legs.
Yeah, but the other one that they introduced on Kashyyyk, you know, with the with
yeah.
like it was a rolling thing.
Yeah.
So like she literally like it was so much bigger, so she
Oh my
literally got ran
God.
over by that.
Oh,
Like they shot her and then she's like injured and they just fucking run her over, dude.
You gotta make sure she's dead, Alex.
Like, oh my God.
Wow.
Tom says it's beautiful, Zach.
I know it's beautiful.
That's
Like a Middle Eastern businessman. What about the dread attack on the Wookiees? That's a really good question.
He's right. It's not a system we can afford to lose.
Oh my God, dude.
I can hear Tom laughing from the delay of your Watto impression.
Yeah, I used to play Minecraft with my girlfriend and my friends, and I would have the Watto skin, and I would just randomly speak like Watto. It was the greatest thing ever.
You do it very well.
Years of training.
Yeah.
Dude, I gotta fuck. There it is.
Tally of how many times Alex dropped the F-bomb in this.
Who
He's
gives
the
a
only,
shit?
Sorry,
he's
Dude?
the
guys.
only one cussing.
Who cares? You guys gotta get used to it.
This is not monetized anyway, so who cares?
Yeah, these live streams will definitely bring us closer to monetization though.
Kieran Donnelly wants to know if I can do it. Okay, what do you want me to say as Watto? Give me some things to say as Watto, and I will
Republic
say it.
credits? Republic credits are no good out here. I need something more real.
Republic credits are no good out here. I need something more real. What is he implying, honestly? Like, what does he want? Does he want more slaves?
Yeah, I guess slavery is like the currency out there because no one abides by their current. Well, that doesn't make sense because if Republic credits are like the national or like the universal currency,
Yeah.
kind of like the US dollar, they would want that. Right?
It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, that's true.
Watto was a fool, I guess.
Yeah, he just didn't understand how money worked.
Qui-Gon's like, are you kidding me? Like, I'm...
All right. Well, I think on that note. Oh, hey, little Miss Rainbow.
Yeah, this one's my favorite.
You're gonna turn it off though in about 3, 2, 1. Oh, you still have it.
Oh, I
Wow,
thought
I'm
that you as
impressed.
the host were capable of removing my filters. I thought that was you threatening to take away my filter.
No. I was saying like you're just gonna put it on, and then we're all gonna get excited about it, and then you're gonna remove it instantly because
Wait,
you
I'll
don't
can
want.
finish off-
you can't control the filters on her, can you?
I don't think
No.
you can.
That'd be
I'll
kind
finish
of
off
crazy
this
though,
one.
because then you could just give everyone that you're chatting to in the meeting, just give them all weird shit.
If
That's
Alex
true.
does not surrender his emergency powers after the destruction of Grievous, then he must be removed from office.
Oh my god.
I
I'll
like
end
how
off.
Kiadi Mundi's the only other Jedi who talks on the council. Like, nobody else talks. It's just Yoda, Mace, and then Kiadi Mundi says one line.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so much for democracy. Seems a lot more like a dictatorship to me.
Yeah.
Oh.
I should have
Ooh, I
known the
said it.
Jedi were plotting to take
No,
over.
I know. I said a line. I said a
Yeah.
line, dude. Cat knows the line I said. Sounds a lot more like a dictatorship to me. Well, if it works. You're making fun of me.
Oh my god, stop.
No, I actually like that. I like that exchange. I like
We
that
need
scene.
to keep a tally of how many quotes each person has. I think Zach is obviously winning, but
Yeah.
So I think because we
probably.
keep saying we're gonna end the stream, that people are dropping off. So I think we should probably end the stream.
oh, okay, yeah.
But
Yeah. Thanks for tuning
on
in,
that-
ladies and gentlemen.
yeah, thanks for
Yeah.
cruising by. I think we should probably, I don't know, you guys want to do this like weekly?
Yes.
I'm down.
Sure. Why not? That was my Ewok call. Sorry about the first 55 minutes of this, folks.
We will get better.
That's so funny that it took 55 minutes for the chat to kick in.
I don't
It's
think
the
Such a
weirdest
random
thing ever.
number.
Funny's not the word I would use.
Yeah.
Tragic.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, anyway,
Thanks for your cues.
Thank you, everybody.
it was good having you fellas on.
Shout out to everyone from my channel
Hey!
who came over. Oh my god.
Yeah. So yeah, guys, go sub to Cat's channel if you're not already. You probably
Definitely.
are. I feel like a lot of you came from there, and or some of you came
Sub
from
to this channel if you haven't. If you're coming from
Yeah,
my
we
channel.
need we need subs, guys.
Sub to
Come
all
on.
channels. All of our
Yes.
channels.
Sell your life to. I mean, sub to us.
That's
Like, comment, subscribe, notification bell.
Give us money.
smash
No,
that
just kidding.
subscribe button. Is that what the YouTubers say?
Yeah.
Totally annihilate the like button for the YouTube algorithm.
Would you like
Roundhouse
to
kick that
see a
notification
scene
bell.
with Kiadi Mundi and his many wives?
Yeah. You will have many wives if you subscribe to ADHD today. Trust
Oh
me.
god.
We believe in polygamy here, right, Kat?
Hmm.
No?
Eh? I'm not
well,
frowning
if it
upon it.
works.
Oh my god. Okay.
Jesus,
We're
Sarah.
all
That was a good
delirious
one.
Now.
That was a good one, dude. That was a good one.
All right. I think
All
that's
right.
a
And then I
sign.
think we'll have Drunk 3PO on
yeah.
as soon as possible. It'll be fun. But on that, I will end it literally now. So love you all.
Literally,
May the force
yeah.
be with
Literally
you.
now. We
Thank
will
you,
chat.
everybody.
We will communicate El Comunicado after this. So later, everyone. Love you.